Quick word of note, there are some minor audio glitches in this episode, namely on Korak's side. He occasionally cuts out. I've tried as best I can to edit around that, but there may be some slight issues. This will be fixed by a next episode. There's something on the recording side we couldn't quite nail down. Other than that, the plot of this episode is mainly intact, just a few hiccups here and there. Please enjoy.
Creation. A world on the brink. In the age of sorrows, dangers abound and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The Exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have, and can, pull it back from the precipice of oblivion. That is, when they aren't too busy fighting each other. Now, Chills as Atom.
You should buy a Big Mac. Now!
Korak as Lythander.
Go on some cheese with that wine.
Alatos as Gavel.
This adventure is sponsored by...
And me, the Game Master, as everyone else. Fair be foul and foul be fair, hover in the fog and filthy air, with apologies to William Shakespeare. Must band together to save the dreaming sea, and perhaps reality itself, from the greatest threat creation has ever known. All this and more on FateBreakers. So that was a fun last session.
Yeah.
One that was,
I love a good
that
kettle
one
chip.
that was over a month ago.
Yes, delays happen in real life. Pandemics and jobs. So, would you kind of give the audience a quick recap of what the hell happened last time?
So,
Go ship.
we went to a ghost ship and fought a nihilist psychologically. It was raw. We nearly convinced her but we were presented with the choice of convincing her to reconsider her nihilistic tendencies or just give us our shit back. And if we decided it was for the best, that we chose the latter. Upon exiting the dreaded ghost ship and leaving the dreaded nihilist to her own devices, we were assaulted in the real world by a group of fairy pirates, or so I seem to remember.
That is correct.
Upon taking battle stations, this is where we return to the actual play and real time.
A few additional quick
the FateBreakers crew.
A few additional quick notes of what happened. You didn't just convince her to give you your ship back. You almost convinced her to join your army.
Yeah, I was about to say I was very, very close to getting her to join my army.
And the main reason she did it is because she has various time commitments that would prevent that. It's really funny.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, but what I mean is, like, I remember that there was a specific point in time where I was debating her, and I managed to bypass her very high difficulty rating. And then you told me that I had two options. I could either convince her to give us our stuff back, or I could convince her to reconsider her life choices.
Something like that, yeah.
So yeah, we ended up choosing the latter, or the former.
I want my ship back.
Also, Lythander gained the ability to shapeshift into her by pissing in her office.
I pissed on Earth.
So, we could actually do a bit of a brief flashback, from the previous session. Like, when you were at the very edge of the Shadowland, I can bring us over to where you guys are emerging from it now. A Shadowland, I don't believe I clarified this in the last session, is a place where so many people died that the realms between the creation and the underworld flicker. It is possible it's the easiest place to pass between the underworld and creation and a stable site, but they also tend to be super fucking haunted because of, well, how they're created. So this is where you guys emerge at the very you see the sun start to set on the horizon and a bunch of boats in the distance at about the point where probably this is probably where Lythander flies off to investigate. So, in the previous session, we had Lythander do some quick surveys on the enemy boats and douse them in oil.
No, remember, I left my bottle with Gavel.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Pirate techniques.
So it's actually at this point that SSD, the alchemical who was kind of following you and helped escort you. All right, so SSD, the metal gentleman who helped make sure that your tribe got here safely and helped them get through a bunch of ghosts. Long story, maybe for another day.
Yeah.
He actually looks at the setting sun and then nudges Gavel, kind of. Hey, sun's setting. If you want to do any demon summoning, this might be a good time for it.
Oh, I think we'll be just fine as is, I think. Possibly.
Methinks.
All right. What about the bird guy? Do you want to do any? I know you're a necromancer. Can you do if you want to get any ghosts or shit? He kind of you hear some whirring as he just kind of starts doing some calculations in his head. You start to see his amina start to flare a little. I can't really stick with you guys. Listen, I'm sorry, but I have a bunch of friends who. The time window is getting short from getting them under the thumb of that bitch's... God, I can't even describe it. It's really bad.
The main thing that worries me is our positioning right now.
Oh, 1 second.
We're,
One second before I forget. He hands you a 500-page document. It's a big pile of texts.
What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
It is a list of all compiled information he was able to find on Sky Sundering Shadow, because part of the promise that he made on his end was giving all the information about the mastermind behind the tomb breaking scheme. It is every single bit of factoid, from the most inane to the most rigorous documented knowledge of her plans that he has collected, because he does not want to break that oath. He just keeps handing you page after page after page after page. 1 second.
All right, I'll try not to.
Here.
I'll try not to drop it in the water.
I don't know if they're gonna come in the water. They usually have weird shit. They might be able to come on land.
I slap.
He looks at you. Really?
That wasn't Lythander. That was all.
Okay.
I wish I could slap you.
All right. Are there any other observations, preparations you want to make as you are seeing these guys come in on the distance? Any questions you want to ask me? Any player-facing abilities on your sheet you want to use?
Well, I kind of want to ask, because I forgot. This has been a while. What does the enemy force look like? How many of them are there? How many are what's their position in relation to us? Are we getting pincer attacked? What can we do to engage them in a more advantageous position?
Let me move you to what the beachhead map where you'll be having a fight looks like to answer that. So you guys are going to be starting in this corner of the map, over near where the ruins of the town that kind of got razed to make this Shadowland in the first place used to be.
Hold on.
From Lythander flying about them in bird form at the end of the last session, I can tell you the following. They have a pretty large force of... The problem is that the English language I'm using does not have the definitions to properly phrase what I'm doing, but they have essentially bits of animated scenery. They have what essentially are person-shaped bits of waves and boats, oars, animated furniture, basically used as background material. The thing about how the Fairfolk work is that they are not people. They don't have souls. They are more ideas and stories and personalities given form from the wild energy.
Okay.
So these are essentially the ideas of the mooks.
I see.
You are literally going to be fighting the platonic ideal of mook as part of their shock troopers.
The mook.
The Mets.
The mook grind set.
Yes, very much so. There did appear to be a commanding officer when he looked directly to camera. He didn't mention at the end of the last session. He did not mention his name, but from Lythander's description of him, he absolutely looks like an enormous tool. He has his ears are pointed like a Jack and Daxter character, His skin is just red as a sunburn, and his eyes appear to have literal gemstones instead of eyeballs.
Okay.
He also sparkled like a Twilight vampire.
Nice.
And also,
I point at him and I go, I wonder what happens if we shoot that one dead.
well, it's hard to tell from the distance because there are currently a dot on the horizon.
You see that dot that's slightly bigger than the other dots? I wonder what happens if we shoot that one dead.
Let's see. I'm going to roll a finesse war so I can survey the battlegrounds and see kind of what to expect, what's good ground for fighting, especially for my army, so on and so forth. Just get a general idea of the battlegrounds and what would be good positions for the troops.
Go ahead.
I'm also going ahead and replacing our tokens with the new fully colored tokens.
Yeah, the audience will have seen that by now, because by the time you were listening to this podcast, we've officially started releasing episodes. I'm very sorry.
Ooh.
All right. By the way, here I'm gonna go ahead and download these and then send them you guys' way.
So, the main thing that immediately comes to mind are the ruins here. Whatever was used to kill the villagers to make this Shadowland, does not appear to have done too much damage to the stone structures and walls of the houses that they used to live in. That was done by time.
Okay.
So, the main thing you can think of to use here is to use a lot of these ruins here as cover from projectiles.
Okay.
No, do not turn on sticky keys. Fuck you.
Yeah, do be like that.
All right, here they are.
Okay. And the other
Dude.
detail you can make out from that roll is the goal of fair folks are to raid and steal souls from normal human beings. They can't dreams, so they suck the personality right out of your head and just use that just to try and fail and understand what creation is like in the weird shapes world. So
Right.
they're probably going to want to try and come in up close and personal to do the soul suck. Yeah, I'm just going to go and say I am using freebie assets for these fair folk because that's literally part of the point, as I recommended. They're archetypes given form.
I'm gonna try to use some awareness to gauge what would be the best direction to approach these guys from.
Okay.
So that way, maybe I can spot some like gotchas. Like maybe they're using this kind of formation as as part of their tactics to like lure us into a disadvantageous position. You know how people use choke points in video
Yeah, I get what you mean. Go ahead and give me that roll and a stunt for correctly guessing what's probably going to happen.
All right, I got 4 successes. Wee.
Oh, this is absolutely a diversion. They do plan on coming ashore and taking as many souls as they can, but the actual meat of this is to build up a set piece. Fair folk, of course, live and die by narratives, so these are quite literally the mooks who will be flung aside and dancing around in the background for the main show. And with 4 successes, I can show you what the main show is. You see something move beneath the waves. Something between all those boats, and something very, very big.
Uh-oh.
Yo, it's Lugia.
Lugaio.
Mm.
You
It's
sure?
Luigi.
Mine looks bigger.
Try, what's that monster from Monster Hunter? Try...
This is a Shadow of the Colossus. This is like Shadow of the Colossus scale.
Yeah. Where's the monster?
Yeah.
No,
Legiacrus?
bigger. The Jean Moran. Jean Moran
yeah.
or Cadia.
What's really funny
Cadius.
about that is that one of the initial developers for this game we're playing is Dr. Jenna Moran.
Yo,
Really funny coincidence.
That is a hilarious coincidence.
Yeah.
it's a pretty big blow. It's a pretty big glow up.
Yeah, big. Definitely. So yeah, you see
Where are
you
they
see a
now?
giant fucking monster underneath those boats.
Oh shit. All right. I try to relay this information to the party to the best of my ability.
Gavel.
You gotta squint to see it, but yeah, it's there.
What's it? Gavel just kind of bites one of her fingers and mutters, "Fuck."
Yeah, you grow big when you're using your form. This is a legendary size creature,
Mm-hmm.
to use game terms you see in the waves. This is less a thing you fight, at least from this far out, and more a set piece / stage hazard.
Yeah.
All right. So, how do we approach this?
Well, with that, I point to roughly the area of where that giant creature is going to be an issue.
Right.
But
Right. It ain't something. It's not something we can fight.
correct. But whatever forces do manage to make it to shore, I think we can be able to use these ruins as cover from any incoming ranged fire. With that in mind, we
Right.
can easily draw them into shore and break their forces when they actually step on land with us.
All right.
So that roll was from Nue, who is
Sounds good.
she has a secondary pool specialized in dealing with fair folk as a full moon lunar who's done a shitload of hunting these guys.
Mm.
So she is probably the
Ah.
foremost expert on here in the area. So she is just kind of glancing up at the moon starting to rise, because both for religious reasons of her being one of the moon's 400 or so champions, and for reasons of knowing the time, because she is on a very short time crunch. She says, okay, quick note, I'm probably going to have to run after this battle. There is a slave revolt that absolutely needs to happen soon, and I need to help with that.
Mhm.
But I can definitely help with these guys. Quick word of warning, that is going to take a long time to get here, but it probably is going to have the range to, I don't know, shoot giant spouts of water or some other fucking bullshit out at us. Second
Laser
thing
beams.
is, these guys are going to try and come off the boat and rush us. Now, what that means is, if you're looking to get a boat, there's worse things you could do than grabbing one of theirs. They tend to have been in pretty decent craftsmanship, at least seaworthy-ish.
I'd prefer
Alright.
not to initiate any more naval combat, if that's possible.
Right.
Nue just raises an eyebrow. How bad was it?
Not great.
Does it have anything to do with,
That's true.
and she just kind of mimes demon horns?
Don't worry about it.
Hey, lava guy, magma drinker. Yeah, that, whatever. Could you build us a ship in case we can't capture that one? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you want to do any pirating or take the fight back to them after this, points out at the, way, way further in the distance, the kind of spot of bright, vivid red in the ocean. That's where the freehold is. Yeah, you're going to need to get some kind of vessel to take the fight out to them, unless you could all fly over. But that's in the future. That's if you want to do war on them, there's a whole subsystem in this game for that. And that's me slipping out of character voice to tell you there is in fact a war subsystem in this game that is a big future quest to take care of these guys. This is the intro fight.
So as far as I understand it, as soon as they come on land, we hit them hard and fast and keep their numbers from getting too out of hand. As far as we're
As
concerned.
much as I appreciate the wall of flesh technique, I do fear that, well, to plainly speak, I feel that we would just be gambling on pure probability if we tried a wall of flesh technique.
Actually, it's at this point one of the leaders from the tribes that you've gathered, other than the D-Dies. This guy, a gentleman who leads a faction of nomads calls himself Dark-Eyed Stargazer. Yeah, I gotta keep... These names aren't going to stop anytime soon. This is how this setting works, guys. He's one of the... He and all of his kinfolk have, like, spotted panda skin. Like, alabaster white combined with, like, dark splotches all over, including over where his eyes are.
Yeah.
Which are a thing that exists, which are an ethnicity of people that exist because one artist back in the day of first edition Exalted really, really liked drawing them and just put them everywhere. The
I can
Yeah.
feel that.
That
The-
feels
the-
good.
This, just a settlement of 100 or so Dajali, who were one of the first people who signed under your banner. He's actually not much of a fan of Gavel, but between her and the Prasadi Empire, you got to go with the lesser of two evils. So he comes forward and says, "We're not doing the Wall of Flesh.
I'd agree.
At least you're smart."
So we're gonna need a way to shorten their numbers before they get too
Or
big.
ambush them.
Before they
Or
even
ambush
reach
them in
land.
corners, set up traps. They're gonna take a while to get here. We have plenty of time to make, shall we say, hazards for their
You wanna do it-
arrival.
Do you want to give me a war roll to work on that? And actually, Mr. Stargazer is going to help with that.
All right. Yeah.
So he's actually the only other sorcerer in your entire army. He is mortal, but he is one of the very few who did manage to figure out the arcane secrets of the universe and can do a little bit of magic tricks.
2 successes.
I'm going to rule that, while it might be the kind of hazards you create would be effective against mortal. It would be effective against mortals. However, you kind of are underestimating the fair folk a bit because you personally haven't dealt with them yet.
True.
Mr. Stargazer, his role was more. Well, he took the name from his sorceress initiation, which in his case is of divining from constellations. Oh, let's see. Can't see the mask, but that's normal for that. We have, okay, the captain is pretty clear out at nights. Oh. Okay, Gavel.
Hmm.
Yes.
This is a political ploy from them.
Oh boy.
This is a sacrificial lamb.
Oh, my favorite.
I love politics.
Yeah, these are it's always like this with the fair folk, but with this, it is someone sending off a rival he doesn't like to get himself killed in a stupid decision.
Oh, a suicide mission. I like those.
You want to try? My advice is to capture their captain alive.
Ooh, that could get us a lot of weight in some circles. I like your thinking.
It just kind of looks uncomfortable. Yeah. I'll be preparing, I'll start weaving sorcery. Come on, guys. Freaking demons, man.
Let's see. I pass word amongst the troops to keep casualties to an absolute minimum and to try and capture as many fair folk as they possibly can and make sure that they're bound nice and well and to make sure there's no escapees.
Honestly, given the whole fair folk, some of them might seek to be taken prisoners of war because it makes for a better story on their end.
True. So we'll give them what they want on that front.
Kinda, yeah.
So what's it? I specifically
yes.
mentioned the captain that was mentioned, or at least I give a as good of a description as I can of the captain, and I say
So,
Oh.
Lythander did actually get a name during his survey mission.
oh,
7 Days Monster.
7 Days Monster. Oh my goodness. And
That's what's in my fridge right now.
And be sure the captain, 7 Days Monster, be specifically sure you capture him and bring him to me as soon as you get your hands on him.
From the distance, you hear Stargazer reach over here. He says, "Oh, fuck's sake, he named himself Villain of the Week? Really?"
That seems about right.
I like that. All
All
right.
right, you guys want to go ahead and do some joint battle rolls?
Sure.
All right. Quick note:
Yeah.
joint battle, as a revision for this war thing, now acts as build power. So this is going to help speed up combat a lot faster and make things more engaging for both you and the audience. So go ahead and
By the way, I forgot to ask about moat regeneration.
you're at full. You're at full, and your anima is at 0 right now.
Okay, we're at full moat, so the full 15.
The full 5.
The full
I
5.
would be at like 4, I think, because I had to switch back and my anima should be up.
Yeah, your anima is at 1 right now because of shapeshifting.
In that case, I'm gonna use
Wait, actually, it's at 2
because
because you shapeshifted the bird and then back.
I'm petty, so I'm gonna use it I'm going to activate my Blossom of Inevitable Demise.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use... Because it says here, the Solar may activate this charm when rolling joint battle of finesse plus ranged combat. This adds automatic successes to the joint battle roll equal to the Solar's finesse or ranged combat, whichever is lower. Opponents with lower joint battle results can't use an interrupt to act before the Solar during the first round of combat.
So that means that all the players go first and then the enemies go. Is what that means when they can't interrupt.
That
Guys, in
sounds
previous
a bit
combats-
busted.
In previous combats, the foes have been strong enough that they can do interrupts. This is not meant to be a super hard fight. This is an intro to a longer quest plotline.
Mm-hmm.
And plus also to demonstrate what combat looks like when the GM has a better understanding of rules. Oh dear.
Ooh.
All right, I got...
one.
That's 3 success. That's 3 successes because I got 2 automatic
Sorry, I had
successes.
to reload because I accidentally popped out my chat bar, and then that kind of
Bro.
wouldn't come back, so I had to refresh. So what do I have to roll?
Just any attribute plus any ability for joined battle. And it
Because fortitude and performance kind of work together for joining combat.
Yeah, sure, go ahead, man. So I guess you're just hyping everyone up, giving them a good hype man speech.
Yeah, if I could think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
Please be kind to me. Yes!
Oh,
So you have
Hey!
8 successes to my 3.
Oh.
Adam and Lythander get 1 power, and Gavel gets 9 successes, so Gavel gets 6 power.
Sick.
All for her troops.
Oh, hold
This
on.
is... Well, this
Hold on,
is...
I
you have been pretty dominant in the roleplay so far.
In the role-playing sense, yes.
Yeah. Your troops start with 3 power.
Okay.
And the other participant in this combat will be Nue. The other 2 are busy. The other 2 companions who aren't here in the long term, unless anyone wants to pick them up as an ally with a future purchase, in which case they might come back. Nue is going to make her roll. Wait, no, she gets 8d10, my mistake. Nope, okay. Let's try that again with the right input this time. She does not get any power to start at all.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Alright, and now for the enemies. They're probably not going to win, but let's give them a roll just for starting power purposes. One of them starts with 1. The army of extras start with 1 power.
Okay.
And a 7 days monster has none. So the player characters go first. Let me go put the enemy combatants and the ships on the board. Again, using their generic tokens because that's literally what they are in universe. Who wants to go first?
No, wait, that's, hold on. Let's see. Trying to think. I'll let one of you guys go first. I'm thinking ahead of time.
I like to try to build whatever.
You are looking at a size 4 battle group of, I'm just gonna say goblins. The goblins, their boats have pulled up to the shores, and they are currently rushing out like a horde of berserkers, just saying, "Soul Fest! Soul Fest! Soul Fest!"
Uh-oh.
And they are wearing t-shirts that say Soul Fest, and
Soul
then it has the current year on there.
Oh, no.
Alright, so I'm going to...
By the way, this is heavily anachronistic. No one knows what a t-shirt is.
I am going to try to build will.
Okay.
So it would be one of my attributes plus an ability, correct?
Sagacity. And if you'd like to try and describe how you're building will, you could get a stunt for that if you do something cool. You can roll attribute plus sagacity, and if you say something cool or describe it in a cool way, if you put any effort into it at all, you get a stunt and add 2 more dice.
Alrighty, so how I would like to do this is building will. I would like to have hands, soul-like hands manifest around each one of the goblins' throats.
Okay, I'll allow that through usage of the Shadow Hands,
Yep.
an edge case of that charm you picked up that lets you... Actually, if you want to spend a mote to activate that, I'd allow it as well.
Yes, actually, I would like.
I think it's a simple action to activate, but you could flurry it with Build Will, which just means that you get a 3-die penalty, which would be canceled out to a 1-die penalty from the stunt. Oh, ignore the flurry penalty. So that means, we'll say that you could bank the stunt then and give it to someone else, or you know what? I'll let you flurry for this session at least for coolness factor.
Wait, no. Can I? How do I use that?
The excellency. You could use that on any roll involving sagacity, including build will. All right. So yeah, the hands wrap around them and get your stunt for this. So add 2 dice.
I'll take 7 success. That's below half, but I'll take it.
7 successes. You have successfully built 4. Wait, did you add the 2 die from the stunt?
Yes, that is 2 die.
Did you use an excellency?
Yeah, that's with the X.
Okay. How? Hang on. So it's 9 plus. So it's 9 plus the 4. So yeah, that checks out. I'm just making sure your math is right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as you can see, out of 50 dice, I have less than a 50% success chance.
You have built up. I think is that 4 will or 5 will?
So I don't know what I.
So it's 1 from beating it plus 1 from every additional success. So I do think you build up 5 will. So you can cast. So you could cast Death of Obsidian Butterflies this turn on the whole army.
Yeah, but that's that cost 5 will. But I need to build up power.
You have 1 starting power, but yeah, you could do this as a. Withering attack to build power.
Yes, I would like to use the hands to do a slight little grip on their neck.
Okay, yeah, just to weaken their will, like Josuke did to Okuyasu. Yeah. I'm only strangling him a little.
This will definitely put the sting of defeat in his soul.
Yeah, something like that. Alright, so I believe I am scrolling down to this spell right now to make sure I'm making an effort to get combat right, because I've fucked it up in prior sessions. This is a medium ranged weapon, so what that means is you start with 1 automatic success from the accuracy in it. So give us a attribute plus sagacity roll and have 1 auto success for the attack roll. This is against their defense of 3.
4.
Well, 4 actually from the auto success. So they have a defense of 3, so you gain 2 power. So you are now at 3 since you started with 1. So you focus, and a bunch of hands swirl up around them and start strangling them, followed by a bunch of glass butterflies that manifest and start flying around and ripping everything to shreds. There is fey blood. All their sparkling blood is flying everywhere.
Oh boy.
Their commander shouts something indistinct from the distance, but he's too far away for you to hear it. Who wants to go next?
Sure. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is there any way I can build anima at all?
You need to spend it on charms.
Okay. Or rather...
Yeah, you need to spend motes on charms to build it.
Yeah, so if you want to say, activate a thing to buff your troops.
So, wait, did I gain any anima? Or what would my anima be at?
You gain 1 anima for every mote you spend.
Alright.
So you did get... I think you're at 4 now.
Yeah.
So yeah, the changing moons on your forehead and silver lights starting to glow all around you. You're now lamp on.
Yes.
Okay. So, in this case, I'm going... Hold on. I'm going to use Underling Promoting Practice.
Okay.
Woo!
I'm going to commit 2 motes to designate a group.
Your
And-
army.
Yep, my army. And I'm going to use the ability Presence.
Oh!
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna give them my full stack of presents, or at least have them match that, I should say.
Okay, so you are essentially making your whole army from the intimidation to give the intimidation factor of Batman.
Yes, effectively speaking.
All right.
So yeah, that's 2 motes. And
So that moves.
Let's see.
If you want to, they could take their turn and use that as a build power stuff to help scare them and help you guys out.
True, but I also want to use Fearless Vanguard technique.
Okay, care to read that out?
Exalt soldiers gain a 2 success bonus to resolve against social influence that would frighten, distract, or confuse them so long as she leads them. If she is present when her battle groups make route checks, she gains 2 successes to the roll, which does not apply
I don't know
to
if that one needs to be activated.
What?
I don't know if that one needs to be activated. It might just be on if you're there.
Okay. Let's see. In that case, can't use that.
Well, you have 2 motes active. Well, you did spend 2 motes on Underling Promoting Practice, so what does that look like?
It basically looks. It's basically me giving quick tips and tricks on how to make yourself more menacing. I basically gather a group of my troops around and kind of use techniques that you would use to scare off a brown bear or something, make yourself look bigger and more intimidating, and give them ideas of how to specifically show off particular muscles in either your arms and your chest, even the legs if need be, but give them techniques of how to make their muscles look more defined and more what's the term? More accentuated. That's it.
And cold iron! Plenty of cold iron!
Yes.
Accentuated.
Thank you.
Alright, so your guys are now super scary. That'll probably come into play when they act, based on what you decide to make them do.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next?
Me.
Okay.
I would like. I don't know how much this range actually is, how far this actually allows me to do it. And I don't know what would it would be, because I forgot which god I got this from. But I would like to use Domain's Beneficence.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I forget I remember it was something about like a god.
Magnanimous Pyroclast.
Magnanimous Pyroclast. So I'd like to use the Magnanimous Pyroclast's power to create a magma eruption around the feet to like change up the terrain of the where the enemies are standing, so that they have a 2 success penalty on building powers.
So Domain's
while they're in that
Domain's
terrain.
Curse is actually a separate thing that you could purchase if you wanted, but this would be changing the terrain to benefit you. So if you want to, you could like make like archers' towers, or like further fortify the walls and barriers around Gavel's troops with magma and then hardened stone to give them a 3-die bonus on what's coming up next.
All right. In that case, I'll do that. I'll create. I'll dig my hands into the soil, and from the soil, like begin burning a black smog, and then a scarlet red liquid which swirls and forms into a spiral shape, staircase, sort of conjoining the pieces of, Clyfort's, which we are standing close to, into a unified castle shape. Basically creating a fort for us to sort of have a bit better, do a bit better at building power, or at
whatever's coming next. Yeah, for the
whatever's
all right.
next.
That
So they get a 2 success. So they get a 2 success bonus to those relevant
3
rolls.
success.
3
Or
success.
3 die bonus, I believe it is.
3 die bonus.
All right, so you managed to reconstruct a good chunk of this town, turning it from a bunch of ruined chest-high, FPS appropriate cover-based shooter walls into a full-on fucking castle in the span of a bit.
Mm.
And all that for the low, low price of 1 mote.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, didn't know I could do that. Learn something new every day.
Meanwhile, you see, with that role as for Drewhugh, who is not participating directly in the battle, to do something beneficial to you guys in the background. We'll get there later. Nue is gonna go next, and she just activates her deadly beast person transformation for her action.
Cool.
So her entire body just seems to hulk out as she goes into the mythological Nue, monkey, snake tail, lion arms, whatever kinds of chimera she wants to function with today form. She gets like 10 feet tall, and then she looks at the ocean, she's like, God damn it, still not big enough! Need a better spear for this.
Better luck next time.
You know,
Alright, what is your... Oh, you first, sorry?
Oh, you know, I hear they make spells for that now.
Yeah, but I'm not a sorcerer. I can never wrap my head around that shit.
You see, dear, you just need to think bigger. Bigger.
Alright, what's the army gonna do? Oh, let me go put the commander on the map before I forget.
Yes.
These guys are medium range away from you. The commander is long range.
Okay.
He appears to be floating on... Is that fucker riding a bathtub?
Yes.
He's riding a flying bathtub!
All right.
Yo, I love him.
I hate him.
Oh my goodness. What's it? So what the army's... I'm pretty sure the army is going to do kind of what I had told them to do. Not the wall of flesh technique, but just kind of trying to get ambush as best as they can, get a sort of Batman-like ambush on them and try to disarm them and knock them out, or at the very least capture them.
Okay. So this is probably... So they start with 6 power, I believe, which is enough to perform a Gambit, which is what it sounds like you want these guys to do.
Yes.
So I will go ahead and skim to the Gambit. It sounds like this is some kind of pin or knockdown Gambit. Or maybe a knockout Gambit.
Yeah, knockout.
Okay, so that is... the cost for that is the defense. So in this case, they spend 3 power. And they make a decisive attack. And this has 3 dice added to it based on just... They have the high ground, Anakin.
Yes. Power.
Alright, let me go ahead and roll. I think, do you roll for them or do I? They have, in this case, they have 12 dice to roll with.
I believe you roll for them, if I recall.
And, alright. Oh boy!
Hey!
Did your gentleman just knock out an entire army with 1 blow?
Probably. I trained them very well, and I gave them a super strong presence.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you gave them the castle,
they did in
too.
fact have a big castle. Let me see what exactly this does. The attack does roll extra successes as though dealing damage. So their defense of 3, this is 8. So they spent 3 power on this, so they only roll for the successes of the decisive attack. They roll 5 dice.
Okay.
Actually, I think their weapons give them auto damage, so 6.
Shimata!
As they are essentially 4 successes. So what this means is that her knockout, Battle groups. Oh, battle groups increase the cost of this Gambit by size. So they would have needed. They would have needed 7 power. Sorry, they only had 6. You could make that a normal withering attack instead if you want.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so 8 successes versus their defense of 3, so they are now at power cap. They have 10 power, and they could give the excess 1 power to anyone you want.
Let's give it to Lythander.
Okay, so how this is going to shake
correct.
out is the spears go up, and the spears all go down. An entire peppering of arrows just starts volleying these guys. They did bring shields with them. They're not that stupid, even though they're extras. But these non-distinct bits of furniture, people, waves, whatever the fair folk could cobble up together, they are getting their shit hammered in between that and the shadow hands.
So does this mean I have power 5?
It means you have
No, power 6.
You had. Yeah, you should have power 6 by now, I think. Yeah.
And I have just enough will to cast.
The Gerblins are going to take an action, and they are going to attempt to They're going to do a withering attack on the army.
Oh boy.
Even though they're protected by light cover right now. Actually, that's made heavy cover, so they have a defense of. Normally, I believe their defense is 4. So, now it's 6.
Yeah.
And these guys are only rolling 7 dice.
Don't get a
All
perfect.
right.
Don't get a perfect. Don't get a perfect. Oh, thank goodness.
5. I hate to break it to you, but they do have a auto success from their accuracy.
So they got 6 successes and 7 dice.
Well, they build up.
Or sorry, not 6. They get 4 successes and 7 dice. Must be nice.
5 successes. Yeah, they generate their overwhelm of 4, and that overwhelm power is donated to their boss. So 7 days antagonist, as you see him pull up in the distance with his flowery purple coat and magical gemstone eyes, he raises his hands, and for some reason they have kanji painted on them. You're not sure in what language, but it is very extra and very dumb that he just has words printed on his fists. Who does that?
That's pretty cool.
And so he leans up in his bathtub and yells, "For the glory of Prince's name!"
Oh boy.
And arrows shoot out of his hands, because that's how projectiles work, right?
According to the fair folk, I guess.
Sure.
He is going to be making a decisive attack on your army.
Oh no.
That is 1, 2.
He fails.
Due to the cover, yes, he fails.
Thank goodness.
So, yeah, if it weren't for the cover you put them behind and your quick thinking, this probably would have impaled a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, because you thought ahead and used your brain, instead only a shitload of rebar is hit by the attack, as the arrows just kind of ping, 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 off of the walls and demolish a lot of a formerly very nice real estate. No one's hurt, though. No one's seriously hurt. Okay, no one's seriously hurt that they can't heal from someday.
There you go.
Yeah, just a few bruises and maybe a few lacerations. Maybe it'll get infected, maybe not. But point is, it's the new round. Who wants to go first this time?
Don't look at me.
All right. I don't know. I think I can go first. Correct? Do you want to go first instead? I'm going to go ahead and perform. They're at medium range, you said,
Yes, they are. They are, yes.
So I'm going to use, since I regenerate a mote, I'm going to spend said mote.
Okay.
On a blossom of inevitable demise, so that I can aim a withering attack.
So what aiming does, now that I have actually read through the rules more carefully, is aiming adds 3 dice. And the blossom of inevitable demise lets you reflexively aim, because normally that takes an action.
Right. Adds 3 dice to the accuracy roll, you see.
Yes.
So, in this case, I would be rolling 7d10 plus 3 plus
3.
double 9, plus I extend the maximum range.
Yes. Also, these are creatures of darkness, by the way. I know some of your charms key off of that.
I know. And because they're creatures of darkness, I get a +1 accuracy.
So add an auto success.
Yeah. I also get extra attack dice when aiming. So here's I get 1 extra dice at medium range.
Okay.
So I add 1 more success on top of my already existing 2 successes. So let me roll the 10d10s. All right, that's 3 automatic successes plus 4 actual successes.
Okay.
So that's 7 successes to build to do a withering attack.
All right. Versus their defensive 3, so you successfully build 4 power.
Awesome.
You shoot down a bunch of them, and you actually manage to burn their shields away for a major chunk of the army. They're made of wood. They catch fire. Oh shit, they gotta drop him. Oh shit, all those javelins from Gavel's army are coming down. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Great to
Nue is actually gonna go next. That's okay.
Now,
No problem.
Alright, so Nue is gonna do a bit of building power of your own. She looks down at... She glances back at Lythander. Hey, you're the new guy here, right? Let me show you how a pro gets this shit done. She's going to build power to help out Lythander. What she does is she puts one hand on the ground and uses her physique excellency to roll 14d10
Sure.
and only rolled 4 successes. I guess this die roller just doesn't like lunars.
That's why I built so many automatic successes.
So what she was attempting to do was to open up a cavern in the earth to essentially make fish in a barrel for you to shred them with obsidian black butterflies just by ripping it open. What she does is just kind of shake the army a little. Causes a 0.001 Richter scale earthquake. Just kind of shreds everyone. It does get them off balance a little, Lythander, so you do get 2 power from it. Well, shit. Something's weakening the land here. I wonder if it's related to those fuckers. Man, I need to go on a training arc. I'm out of shape.
You know, if you join my army, I could get you through that quite easily.
I've got my own army to run, sorry. Who wants to go next?
I would like to build Will.
Go ahead. Anything you'd like to try to go for a stunt? Like responding to what Nue just did, maybe?
What I did not hear what.
Okay, Nue was attempting to build power for you as lunar to lunar camaraderie, but she rolled really shit on 14 dice. So you got 2 power from it?
I got 5.
Okay.
Okay. So what we've realized is that honestly, it should be 5 on a D10 for us to do anything, because 7 is just too high for this roller to even get past 90% of the time.
If you want to try and do a retroactive stunt to just literally any cool action here.
No.
No? Why not?
I'm just gonna dig a hole.
I'll let you get a stunt for that for the sheer comedy factor.
Alright.
Add 2 dice. Hey!
Okay, so that's 7 successes.
Okay, and you
7 out of 11.
You could spend the banked will from your Gatekeeper's Wisdom to make it 9 will, which you can use to cast a spell, and then use the power cap, because you're at 6 power, and you could use will as power for this spell.
Sure, I will cast Death of
Wait.
Obsidian Butterflies on that entire...
Right, go...
So, wait, he's using both his power and the will in total.
As a function of the spell, yes.
Yeah.
Because I spent 5 will,
So
make an attack as
gonna...
a medium-range weapon that's effective every ranged band upon
that's...
to a long range, so long as it's within the character's field of perception. This attack reduces heavy cover to light cover and destroys light cover. The player may
hey,
optionally
good
treat
news,
the
Korak.
character's remaining will as though it were power for the purpose of making decisive attack.
Korak, I've been reading this wrong. You add 2 automatic successes for a medium ranged attack. Okay, in that case, you add 3 for a from that range. So add 3 automatic successes from that close up.
All right, and I will do Jaspy plus Fortitude.
Yep. Just from the sheer, I'm sick of this bullshit. Let me do something cool, Luna, please. I want to help my friends.
I want to help these random people that I found to teach them that I am the true murder hobo.
Yep. So go ahead and roll 9d10 with 3 auto successes. 8. All right.
Wait, no,
so
not 8. Yeah, no, because 7, 8. Yeah, 8 auto or 8 successes.
Okay, that is 5 over their defense of 3. So roll 5 plus however much power you spent. Plus, let me check the damage rating on this. Plus 1.
I think I'm using all my power, so I'm not sure how much.
10.
So 10.
10 plus 5 plus 1. So roll 16 dice.
So watch this be only 3.
No, that's 8. That is in fact 8.
Yes, but look at how many 1s.
I am aware.
I have good news for you. They have a soak of 3, so you deal 5 damage, and because they're a size battle group 4 with normal drill, now they have to roll to see if they rout.
Also, any cover that they're behind is gone if it's light cover.
Oh yeah, they had a little bit of cover, now it's just absolutely fucked. Let me double check to see what the routing rules are, to see if they need to roll or if their commander does.
I would like to bring my shovel and point to the small little hole I dug and say, that's where all of your bodies are going to go once they're into goo.
You know what? Since you use Shadow Hands casting, I'll let you do the Intimidate action as a no penalty flurry.
Alright, so what?
Go ahead and... this is Presence. Yeah, Performance, for being theatric.
Because I was going to say,
And
like, I dug the hole for a reason.
Yeah, and add a stunt.
9.
Hey,
Nice.
Korak, there's the good luck you were waiting for.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Thank you. All it took was yelling at Roll20 live on stream.
Oh, thank you,
Right.
the Spirit of Vincent Mitten, for blessing
Great
us.
to know.
And also Dr. Jenna Moran, I guess.
And then
Whoever
I will
else was
just
involved.
shove my shovel in front of me like it is a Buster Sword.
Sweet.
Let's have 7 Days antagonist make a route check for what it's worth.
Get her done.
Nope, that's not it.
Oh. Okay, 6 successes. That's probably going to succeed.
So here's what's gonna happen. A large amount of them do flee. A few of them remain, but a major chunk of these guys just look back at you, look at each other, and nope, and just walk backwards into the
lick
ocean.
between my my literal sharp protrusion of teeth.
Normally, they did succeed on that route check, so normally they would just
Continue fighting.
reduce the size group 3. They would continue fighting and probably reduce a little. Because of a 9 successes, I'm ruling that out of several hundred, there's only 50 of these dudes left.
Oh, thank goodness.
So their size has significantly gone down, and the rest of this fight will be easier. They also still took 5 damage, so they only have a fraction of health levels left. So you a big ass storm of glass butterflies, and a bunch of them explode, and a bunch of them walk backwards into the ocean, T-posing.
I respect the T-poser one. You see me do a salute to the ones that are T-posing.
All right, who wants to go next?
All right, it's time for Gavel to get her hands dirty.
Oh, you also hear 7 Days antagonist go, fine! You want something done right? You have to do it yourself!
Thank goodness he's finally coming into the scene.
Huh.
Well, he was saying shit in the distance. It's that in character diegetically, you couldn't hear any of it. His
True.
monologues were being drowned out by the surf because he didn't know what water is.
Yeah, true. Alright, it's time for Gavel to get her hands dirty. Gonna spend a mode for the Fist of Iron technique.
Alright.
Let's see.
Devil Fire is on.
Say
Apply
again?
directly to the foreheads.
Oh, do I have enough anima to do,
You actually do it for Devil Trigger. You should have 2 already for spending 2 for underling running practice.
Okay, so okay, so it's 1 mode per 1 anima. I was just about to ask that, actually.
It's 1 for 1, yeah.
Okay, good.
So you could go ahead and activate your Devil Body incantation.
Yes, so instead of Fist of Iron technique, we're gonna activate the Devil Trigger.
Bang,
Alright.
bang, bang.
So that...
I'm gonna have these troops roll an integrity check using their lower pool of 5 to see if they
see if they piss their pants in fear, seeing the devil.
And seeing
one of
half of
many.
them just blow up.
Hey, good news! It's difficulty 5 for that roll.
That is correct.
Now, I believe it says
The Black
I
Castle.
believe it says they develop an intimacy towards you. What intimacy do you want?
Here.
Let's see. Minor intimacy based on your chosen emotion. That minor intimacy is gonna be judgment.
Okay. Oh fuck! The Shapes Lady! The Shapes Lady's coming for us! Ah!
The judgment not.
And then I
So they're now not going to attack you or your troops. They're going to attack everyone else. out of
Good.
Fear of
That helps
you
a
and,
lot.
you and the troops you promoted, because now they all have a bit of devil fire behind them too.
Yep, and also
Not all of them look super comfortable with it, but hey, it's scaring the evil soul-sucking monsters from another dimension. Who are they to complain?
Yep, also I grow up to twice my normal size.
Ah, yes, much fun for Gavel.
Much fun for 7 Days Monster who's about to get his shit pushed in once I get close enough.
I like big women, is all he says.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hey,
sakes.
we have a big woman over there, too! Slowly, beneath the waves, you see something wave.
Oh boy, it's that thing. Alright. We'll deal with that as it comes.
Alright, who wants to go? I believe the only person who haven't gone are the troops.
Yes, I believe so.
They have their power cap of 10. Do you want to just see if they could do a decisive attack to blow these fuckers away?
Please, I want to see if they can knock them out, bring in as many POWs as they can.
Alright, this time, let's try for that knockout gambit. For
Please.
spending 9 power to knock out the rest of this army. And they add their drill of 3, so instead of 9, this is 12.
Thank goodness.
This is what having an army of fighting badass nomads does for you.
Yep.
You didn't need to train these people so much as they had that training already. All they needed was a really powerful Exalt to rally behind, and hey, that's you.
Yeah, I taught them well. What can I say?
I mean, their parents and their parents before them taught them well. It's just, you're the one who united everyone.
Yeah, I'm the one who's putting it into an effective thing for my own. Oh yeah!
Yes!
Yeah!
I'd open. 8 successes versus your defense of 3. 5 successes, let's roll that. 70-10.
Oh my goodness.
2 for bonus damage from their attacks.
Oh boy. Please be kind.
Oh my God!
Yes!
These guys are knocked out for 6 rounds.
Yes! Good.
Which is more, given that each round is a couple seconds, that's more than enough time to start taking some prisoners and
Yep.
tying people up. So, how this is portrayed is, back before this, when you announced your intention to take prisoners, Drew Hugh did a quick crafting venture to take a lot of the plants and just make hempen rope nets from a lot of the vines and greenery you see all around you on the map.
Mm-hmm.
You are in a fairly lush section of Shadowlands. Mind you, they're not super healthy looking plants. They're all black vines and very thorny. A bunch of people hurt their hands pretty badly making these ropes, but they still work, and they just start chucking them over the sides of the ramparts that Adam made, and just tying a bunch of people up like fucking Dirk Dastardly Robbie Rotten style pit traps.
Dirk? Dick.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what he
Sorry,
said.
I was too... Something like that, yeah. All right, that's the
Anyway.
army basically dealt with as long as you beat this guy within 6 turns.
Yep.
I think you could beat this. I
Okay.
think you could beat Bathtub Man within 6 turns.
As long as I can get close enough to him, yes.
All right, given that he missed on his own attack, he only has 3 power, so he is just going to start screaming at you, and then is going to point at Adam and fire
All right, take your
with a
swing.
long range attack. What's your defense?
3, but I'm behind the castle, so it's 5.
Yeah, because you're behind the castle, you made.
Also, I'm
it
glad I
misses.
moved up.
Yeah, you did.
Because if I didn't,
So-
that castle would be medium cover or small cover.
So, Adam, one
Yeah?
arrow gets through and shoots your hat off. It's pinned to the wall like a funny comedy scene.
How dare!
It's Anu.
Other than that, you're fine.
You would dare touch the hat.
All right, who wants to go first in this next round?
I think I'll go.
All right.
Alright, so obviously I'm going to yell at my army to charge! Take the prisoners!
Day Knights rock!
And then I'm going to slowly approach the captain, point one of my ethereal hands at him, and say, "Come here." And then I'm going to use... Now! I'm going to activate my Fists of Iron technique.
Okay. I should note he is still medium range from you, given that he's in a flying bathtub.
That is fine. This is for effect right now.
Although, given that you're real big now, I think you might still be within range from short range, given that you're just tall enough to kind of poke at him.
Fair. Alright, the 2 tags I'm gonna do for my fists. I'm going to do... let's see. I'm gonna do disarming, and I'm gonna do flame.
Okay, the bathtub's not flammable. Do you want a free DM tip?
Sure.
Change flame to reaching instead. That will
Ooh.
negate the effects of his bathtub.
Oh yeah, because he's in mounted. Yes. Alright, so we'll do reaching and we'll do disarming.
Okay.
Let's see, hold on. Let me double check on something. And I'm also going to make my unarmed attacks count as medium weapons, so they gain 1 accuracy, 1 damage, and 1 defense, and an overwhelming of 1. 1's across the board, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm going to punch him in the throat. Or at least attempt to punch him in the throat.
Okay, yeah, he's going off in a bunch of languages you don't recognize, and probably some language you suspect are not real. He's just making glossolia because he's using more of the ideas of language rather than what language actually is.
That is fair. So...
He's basically... Yeah, he's just making random gibberish botnik noises at you.
Fair. Alright, this would be finesse close combat, I imagine?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And with the just so I'm clear on this, the accuracy, does that give me an automatic success or just an additional dice?
An auto success, and also take a stunt for just the sheer balls of walking up to this guy and going for the throat punch in his flying bathtub.
Okay, so the accuracy is an automatic success, and the stun is an additional dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Here, let me just move your token over here to represent
please,
that.
thank you. 8.
You're just wading into the surf.
No, not S. D. 10.
S-D.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe.
Yep, from the auto success.
Yep.
So this is withering, right?
What's it? It is... Yes, it is. Actually...
Case.
Or, no, actually it might be a bit... Hold on. Is power for the accuracy or the actual damage?
Powers for decisive attacks for dealing the actual damage.
Okay, well, it's not decisive, so okay, we'll leave that be then. Alright.
Okay.
And so how much do I roll for damage?
Was this a decisive?
No, it was a withering.
Okay, so 7 successes versus a defense of 4, you just straight up get 3 power.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So add that onto whatever
That's
power
good.
you already had.
Yep.
You could use those circles to track stuff like power and anima, by the way, if you want,
Okay.
above your character token.
Gotcha. Yeah. Hold on.
I'll start to do that. I will do that with characters who have essence scores, because fairfolk commoners like this guy do not have essence.
We'll put power in the green.
He is just one jobber with a few weird non-moat-based tricks trying to fight you, while his guys, who are supposed to be a big-ass army,
Well,
kind
that's
of jobbed
unfortunate.
because of, hey, sorcerers can be fucking scary when the dice let them be.
Yes.
Big number.
Gopher. All right. So, what do I do at this point?
That's the end of your turn, given
Okay.
that you did punch him in the throat.
Yes.
He grows a mouth from somewhere else and continues talking.
Of course he does.
So, I
It
did
appears
not.
to be located in the ass region.
So I did
Oh,
not
boy.
go yet, right?
Not this new round.
Yeah,
no,
not in
Gavel
this
was
current
I'm
first.
going
round.
to. I'm going to spend a moat to transform into a seagull,
Okay.
and I'm going to fly up bathtub man, withering attack,
Okay.
gain power.
All right, take a stunt for the take a
I'm
stunt.
going to go for his eyes.
Okay. What's your close combat score? Okay. So, do that then. Close combat plus finesse, because you have to go and pin him down and add a stunt.
Let's see. Can I roll 67 to actually get something? No.
You get 1 success.
Yes, but isn't it? Don't I have to meet 3 to get a success for it to actually do anything?
You have to meet his defense. In this case, because he was attacked, his defense of 4 lowered to 3.
Yeah.
You had to roll 1 more success, man, because you have an accuracy. Actually, wait. Let me check what the rules for weapon tags are. A seagull's a light weapon. So yeah, you roll 3 successes technically because it has an accuracy of 2.
Oh my goodness.
So this was withering, right?
Yeah, this was to gain power.
Well, you gain 1 power, which is better than. Actually, wait. What's the overwhelm on that? Overwhelm 1. So you gain 1 power.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to peck his eyes, so.
I mean, you do kind of drag out. You rip out one of his eyebrows.
I'm gonna eat it.
Oh boy.
Why does it taste like cherries?
He's fair folk.
Yes, that's why.
Ah.
All right, who wants to go next?
All right, I guess that's me. Well, I'm gonna try to get within medium range of the main guy, the captain.
7
here.
days monster, yeah.
Then I'll do. I'm gonna spend a bunch of motes. First, I'll spend a mote for Blossom of Inevitable Demise, so I can extend my maximum range to medium instead of short. Then I'll spend another on. Then I'll spend it on. Oh yeah. Also, I will also commit. I'll also commit a mote for the scene, so I can enter Righteous Devil form.
Ah, yes, you got that. You got the form charm of your martial art. Actually, does it say step 1 for both of those effects?
Yeah, no, it says step 1, so I'll probably just use Inevitable Demise, because that one's the one that extends my range, allows me to do this to begin with.
All right.
So I get the
I mean,
range extension.
you can flurry them. It just means you take a 3-die penalty, I think.
That's true. I think I'm
Okay.
fine with just that. So we add the 3 dice. I think that makes it 11. So we get this is my accuracy roll. All right, that's 6 successes on my accuracy
This is
roll.
withering, yeah?
No, this is
Oh.
decisive.
Oh, this guy's also a creature of darkness.
I know. So that's 6 successes.
Okay, 6 successes against... He has a current hardness of 2. Because he's been attacked
Cool.
twice.
So we're gonna use Dazzling Flare. So I spend another mode on step 5, and I add a 4 dice bonus to the damage of the slice of lightning.
Okay.
And I also ignore a point of his soak. And because he is a creature of darkness, I get to trigger Righteous Judgment Lance. So this deals aggravated damage.
Which means this shit ain't ever healing unless he gets a magic healer.
Should I do this? Honestly, should I deal aggravated damage to the guy we want to bring in alive?
I mean, if it doesn't kill him.
I guess.
Alright.
Oh, whatever.
Alright, so the
Let's
damage
do it.
of the damage of your gun, plus however much power you spent, plus all the other bonuses you get from stuff like Dazzling Flare. Roll all that shit and see if this guy's still around at the end of it.
Alright, so wait, hold on. It's the damage of my gun plus the 4 dice bonus plus
Power. How much power did you spend?
the power, so 5. So I'm spending all 5.
Yeah.
And anything else?
I think that's everything.
So that would be a total of, I believe, 11 d10 again. Alright, not as good as I expected, just 3.
Really? Just 3?
Ooh.
And it, oh no, 4 actually.
Oh, that's
4.
good, because
I deal 1 more damage because of Righteous Devil Form.
oh shit. Okay, so because of Righteous Devil Form, he does take 1 health level of damage.
Ah.
Normally this would fry most things that you hit, but you rolled bad this time.
Oh, and it ignores 1
Oh,
soak,
never mind,
by
he
the way.
takes 2. Yeah, he still has some health left, but you burn him real bad. You see, in fact, it doesn't seem like there's much of him beyond, like, weirdly paper mache textured skin. Part of him is starting to flake off and burn like he's made of paper. And he just starts screaming. It's like, ah! What do you mean the Sun people are back? It's...
Back like I never left.
Alright. Nue is going to go ahead and go next. She is going to march right up to this guy and attempt to, physically grab him and rip him in half with her bare hands.
Wait, hold on. Nue's trying to rip him in half?
Oh yeah, she's in her Super Hulk mode.
I scream at him,
Yeah.
we need him alive!
I'm gonna rip him horizontally. The upper half will still be there.
In my devil form, I just pinch the bridge of my nose with all 4 ethereal hands.
Well, wait, actually, this is actually a withering attack, so despite the favor of that, she isn't gonna deal much permanent damage.
Thank goodness.
Defense has been lowered to 1 from all of these concerted attacks, so she gains 2 successes.
Okay.
Alright, Army's going up next. What do you want him to do? Continue securing prisoners?
Yeah, keep securing prisoners. Anyone who isn't securing prisoners because of the excess amount of people I have, throw spears at the captain's legs. Specifically the kneecaps.
Normally this would be their secondary pool of various non-combat campaigning, but because of your Intimidate boost, I'm giving them, instead of 7, they add 5 to that, so 12.
Yeah.
Add their drill, 15 dice.
Yeah.
They are very scary and very effective at taking prisoners right now. Oh my
Yes!
Yo! 10 successes!
Let me go ahead and give me a moment to go into the core book and read you shit like what 10 successes on a war roll is supposed to be.
Sounds
This-
good.
These are numbers you are not supposed to get
Well-
until later in the system.
Oh.
I'm glad.
I'm trying to figure out if someone in the crowd exalts from doing this. Give me a second.
If they do, that'd be hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, honestly, it might be. There are some people who may or may not be of dragon-blooded age in there. Give me a second to go
Oh,
on to the
man.
skill trees. I am further scrolling up. One moment.
That is
Nope, shit.
fine.
Let me just control search. War. There we go. Nope, that's too high up there. Borders on the impossible. This might be lying to the face of the unconquered sun, swinging through the wild and coming out unaltered, or successfully recreating an artifact from the fragments of a first age manual. Alright, those are the examples of what baits. Okay, I found a difficulty 5, exceptional. Enemy's superior prowess is to general, ready to surrender before the fight begins.
Yes!
Here's how I'm gonna rule that this works. This is so successful that the behemoth in the ocean is watching this, it sees all this happen, then takes a few steps back.
Yes!
Through the power of the magic of hell coursing through your troops, you've convinced this enemy behemoth to retreat.
I sent a Colossus back from fear. Oh, man.
And the rest of the troops see this, and their cheering just gets louder.
Oh, my goodness sakes. That's hilarious.
It is really funny. Alright. Wait, it's his turn now, isn't it?
The
yeah,
captain's?
okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
Alright, the captain is going to... Because he's currently engaged with the seagull, he's gonna try and fucking shoot down that seagull. Decisive attack. I think he has like 5 power or something.
Oh no.
You have Ox Body, it's fine.
Okay.
What's your
I
defense,
think my
Korak?
defense either.
Let's hope it's 3.
Well, he rolled 3 successes.
My
Yes, thank goodness.
Wait, his accuracy means he had an auto success on that.
Is that including his Ox Body?
Ox Body adds
Health.
bonus health level.
Oh, health. Okay.
So he does hit you, but he only rolls 6 dice for damage. So most of this will probably be eaten by your soak, Korak.
Please.
I have soak 4.
Yeah.
You only take 1 health level of damage.
Yeah, okay, because that's 5, so that would put me 1. So I don't know how the
That
health
full-
thing works.
Actually, that fills in your 0 health level of damage, so you don't take any penalties yet.
So my zeros are gone.
You're 1-0. You only have 1.
Then what did Oxbody give me then?
Ox Body gave you extra -1s and -2s, so it takes more levels of damage to kill you than most people.
Oh, okay, because it's one of those where on the sheet it's like -0, -0, -1, -1, -1, -2, -2, -2 incapacity.
I think I gave you an extra -0 by mistake, but you only fill in 1 -0, so you don't take any penalties to actions. This just kind of shoots a few feathers off you.
Okay,
Alright, top the new round. Who wants to go?
I would like to go.
Beat his ass! Okay.
I like try to do a decisive attack, trying to go for his eyes.
Alright.
We need him alive.
That wouldn't necessarily kill him. You have 4 power, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead then.
And that, so I'd be rolling what?
It's a close combat roll, and again, at a stunt for the comedy factor of Seagull versus Bathtub Man, and the Seagull's winning.
I add 40.
Yes. Fortitude from after being shot, and then that is not slowing you down at all. You're clawing through the pain to cloud his eyes.
4 successes.
7 successes?
Oh, 7! I misread!
No, wait.
Less.
Sorry, 8. 8, because it's a light weapon. You get an auto success from it.
Oh,
I
here we
misread
go.
this a
So-
lot!
So he has hardness of 4. So roll 5 power plus 4 die from the extra successes plus. Oh, light weapons don't have plus damage. So roll 9 dice.
I'll take 3.
Unfortunately, he has a soak of 3.
Ooh.
So I think.
So I deal 1.
It redu- Actually, I think the soak eats all of it.
Then I shouldn't have taken damage since I ate all the soak.
Oh shit! Yeah, you don't take damage. My mistake.
Because, like, I thought we just, like, it was meat you deal.
What is your soak rating at?
Oh, no, I have a soak 2, never mind.
Your soak should be higher if you have Fortitude 5. Oh, you're not wearing armor. Okay. You could get some in between sessions. Someone could craft it for you. Maybe a friendly volcano dude you met. All right. So, In that case, you did take the 1 damage, but this guy is wearing some armor, so you just make him very angry. Actually, yeah, unfortunately, yeah, sorry,
Oh,
man.
all good. It's one of those where whiffing is different when you whiff everything. One.
Yeah, you did get that big army killer attack off. All right, who's next? Gavel? Adam?
Let's see.
No, I think I already
It's
went.
a new round.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a new round, so Lythander's the only one who's gone thus far.
If you guys want to do a knockout Gambit on this guy too, it's equal to his defense of 3 right now.
Ooh.
Because even though you didn't inflict damage, you did decrease his hardness and defense for the turn, Korak.
Okay.
I want to knock this guy out. I want him alive.
All right, do you want to try and do that then?
Yes. What do I roll for that?
All right, what's your power?
My power is 9.
Okay, so spend as much power as you want, minimum of 3.
All of it.
Okay, make a decisive attack. So go ahead and roll.
That is finesse plus close combat plus power. Okay, so let me...
What? No, don't add power until the second,
Okay,
until the damage roll to see how long he's knocked out for.
fair enough. 1, 2, 3,
This battle's
4.
reaching its over. You probably
5,
won,
6,
but for
7.
comedy factor, let's see how well this goes.
Please be kind to me. No kindness.
No! Well, never mind about that. Guess this is going on a bit longer.
Yep, no
The bath-
kindness here.
You punch it, and the bathtub soaks the hit. Fortunately, you will have fists of iron, so unlike most people, you do not break your fist when punching a bathtub.
Thank goodness.
And man, is that an entertaining sentence to use for a preview clip. All right, Adam, you up next.
All right. I don't have any more power, so I guess I can just do a withering on him. I'll get into short range.
And also wading into the surf, just standing awkwardly next to Gavel. As you're glowing with the righteous devil style form. What does that look like, by the way? Like you know what the form of a martial art is, so what's that look?
Basically, I look like I have. I've got like my hand up to my forehead, like sort of blocking my sort of to gauge distance, or not in front of my forehead, but like in front of with my finger and my thumb, like sort of in an L shape to gauge the distance between me and the guy. And I have my other hand bent behind me with my like closer to my hip where my pistol is.
Yeah. Full on gearing up for a draw pistols at noon.
Yeah.
All right.
So the main thing, I'm just gonna go ahead and spend it on Blossom of Inevitable Demise, but this time to do double nines. To do double nines instead of just the regular one.
Yeah, because you're in short range.
And then I get an extra... Yeah. $10d10 on 7s.
Ooh!
Okay,
Ooh!
that's 6. That's
8 successes.
8 successes. I gotta build a lot of power from
6
this.
power.
Cool.
All right. Next up is the army. Let's see what they do next. They're gonna keep trying more prisoners.
Yep, good.
Mm-hmm.
Bart.
8 successes is still nothing to sneeze at. And given that they've been performing really well, thanks to the hell essence you have surging through them based on bonds of authority and all of that fun jazz, we briefly pan inside of the wild pocket, inside the interior of the freehold, and you hear a notebook scribbling. It's like, ooh, this will be good for the next season. Note this shit down, note this shit down. Someone in there is going to gain an intimacy of rivalry with Gavel.
Hey, good.
That's your Exalt milestone for this session, by the way.
Heck yeah, boy.
All right, moving on. zooming back in the action, it's Nue's go. She is just going to try and poke this guy through the ribs with her spear. Well, fine, I'll use this tool then anyway. That's what it's here for. She only gets 1 power, even with his massively reduced defense. So she's at 2 power.
Oh, goodness.
These dice rolls do not like lunars, man. I don't know what to say.
It's because you're using dark mode.
Yeah.
I didn't expect a resounding yes from that.
No, I'm not using dark mode, but I'm blending Rex. I don't use dark mode. I live in the light.
You're a psychopath. Anyway.
How did you not know this already?
I mean, I've seen what Korak's setup looks like. It does look a bit like a lair from Criminal Minds.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. So
you better respect.
It is the enemy turn now. He is going to try it. He's going to try a bit of a move. I am scrolling down to see how this works, because this is one of the moves that isn't really important short term. If it hits, it might make things kind of funky for a little while. He is going to not do a normal attack. He is going to, even though he doesn't have boats, the sheet says he can do this one thing. He's going to activate Virtue Poison. He's going to try a social influence roll on you, Lythander. Sorry, not Lythander. I meant Adam.
Oh, I was going to say Lythander. I have a moat ready.
Yeah. Adam's probably running dry after all the shit he's been pulling, unfortunately. So he should have 1 moat at the end of his turn at all times. But anyway, so he looks at you, it's like, self-righteous bastards! Why don't you just let us back in? We own this place from the get-go! This is our land! You made all the shapes here! Give it back!
It's our land now, you goddamn son of a bitch!
So he is going to try a social influence dissuade action on you, Adam, to make him think that he's the rightful owner of the land. And that
What do I roll for this?
This is against your resolve. This is a make you give up and let the fair folk walk all over this turf.
Ooh.
Okay, where do I roll resolve?
Your resolve. I think your resolve is 3 because you at least have an integrity of 1. So as long as you could call on a virtue, you should be able to. You should be able to just shrug this shit off because it's fucking stupid.
Well, I do have a principle of a major virtue called "We can only go so far by staying grounded."
Now, what the fuck does that mean?
Well, I'm gonna argue that the concept of owning land is fuzzy and unfamiliar to Adam. So he doesn't really understand what that. So he doesn't really see this as any big deal. He believes that if the guy is so intent on, he believes that home is where the heart is, and that if this guy claims that he's taken his land, that we've taken his land, he should look to reinstate his land in his own heart. He should look to, reconnect with what made him, passionate in the first place, and reestablish a new land for himself, for the people he holds.
Okay.
Also,
are you just going to bolt through this through sheer ignorance?
I mean, that is kind of important because this was a virtue poison roll, so you have to make a follow-up resistance roll, but get a stunt on that because that speech was hilarious. I'm going to need a fortitude plus integrity roll from you.
You're just brute.
Fortitude
with a stunt.
Fortitude plus integrity. All right.
You're blunt forcing or brute forcing this through sheer ignorance.
It's really funny.
It's really great.
Yeah, I love it. Let's see. Do I have anything to help me with this? Oh man, this is gonna be tough because that's 5 successes.
Wait, 5 successes?
Oh that's 5 successes on the guy's roll.
Yeah. Oh no, this is a separate roll. This is you rolling a pool against a difficulty 5 poison.
Oh.
So,
sadly, that didn't work out too well.
I see. Let me read to you what this does then. Spend 2 motes on step 1 to supplement either a decisive attack or social influence action, suffusing the character's weapons or words with a poison that erodes personality. Virtue poison weakens a target's virtues with an interval of 1 day, a duration of 3 days, and difficulty 5. It first weakens a minor virtue, then a major. Success on the resistance roll negates the effects of an interval. At the end of a duration, the virtues return to their previous strength. So you're just gonna get turned a bit, your personality's gonna get turned down a bit if you fail future rolls over the next few days.
Oof.
This is just a poison that's in your system right now. It's not permanent,
It's just
but it is
temporary.
there. It's gonna be affecting you for a session or two.
I'm definitely thinking of picking up more integrity. If that's
Now the
gonna
good news
happen
is that
more.
this effect is an Eclipse OK effect. If you want to learn this shit,
He can learn this?
yes, this is a Yakuza.
Ooh.
This is a Yakuza. That's rad moment.
That's rad. Or if you're playing Majima, holy shit!
Holy shit, Kimetane!
New style unlocked. All right, who wants to
Yeah.
go?
You just Adam sees this guy bullying somebody on the internet. He goes, Kimetane!
Yeah. All right, who wants to go next?
Let's see. I think I've gone already. Did I go already this round?
It's a new round. It's a new round.
Oh, it's a new
I
round.
need to
Okay.
talk, I want to talk to you about this later because I'm interested in learning.
Oh goodness. All right.
So
Is there? What's it?
like
What's up, Korak?
I would like to
Uh,
go. That's okay.
Go. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Go right ahead. Or wait, did you already go Lythander?
It's a new round.
Yeah,
New
it's a
round.
new round.
Okay, then yeah,
Oh.
go
Because
right
the
ahead,
villain's this
Lythander.
one.
Do your thing, man.
I am going to fly up from him, spend a mote, have ghostly hand, tickle his feet.
What?
Oh my goodness.
The bird of evil.
Are you building Will?
Yes, I'm in will.
Hunt.
You're just power stancing in front of him.
Fortitude, sagacity. Take a stunt. Actually, oh well.
Woo!
Never mind. This. Oh my God.
8 successes.
So that's 3. Oh,
Oh, I was gonna say, I think that's 5 will.
that is 5 will. Yes. So go ahead and make your cast.
I don't have any power though.
You could just make this a withering. So, give me a.
I don't want to waste my will though.
You could bank it for later. Then
Yeah. So
you can not cast it. Just have.
so
5
I
will.
am going to then do a ranged combat withering attack by dropping.
Because all right, take another stunt on that. This is what Shadowhand's casting does, people. Multi-cast.
Fucking
Build.
excellent.
Dude, I have no range combat in this.
You have a stunt. You
I
have a
was about to
stunt
say,
though,
you just replace it with
And
a
I will-
stunt.
and I will say this is fortitude because you got a strain to do that. You didn't eat much today.
Oh man, you're bringing this from the bowels of your lower intestines, or of
Yeah,
your big intestines.
Of every shape you've had.
Or I think that hits, but I think I gained 1.
That does hit.
Oh my goodness!
I'm okay with this not being godlike.
You gain 1 power.
Yo, can I get a
counting
couple of successes
poop
with
as
that
a-
though?
Oh.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. For comedy, I'll give you 2 power.
Really, that was a power move
humiliation
though. You
factor.
gotta admit.
It really was, yeah. Alright, who wants to go next?
I guess I will.
Okay.
Well,
Can I rip this man off his bathtub?
Yeah, there's a dismount gambit you can make. Let me go check that.
want
Or
this
a
man.
dehorsing gambit.
I want
rather.
this man off his bathtub so I can punch him out.
You want this man off his high horse bathtub.
Yes.
Unhorsing gambit. Do you have 5 power?
Oh, I have 9 power, so yes.
Oh, go ahead and use that shit then.
All right, is it just the 9 for the power?
It's minimum 5.
All
You
right,
could just spend 5.
I'm spending all of it, so.
Okay.
Hold on, let me reflect that on my character sheet or my token real quick. There we go. Please be kind. You know what? Close enough for me.
You still succeed because of the bird shit distracting him.
Awesome. I'll count that.
It lowered his defense from 4 to 3, so it worked.
Nice.
Wait.
I rip him off
Wait,
his
wait, does that mean that I
bathtub.
just hit? So yeah, no, it's just hit. You gain 1 if you do 1. I think that's it.
Well, actually, Gavel, you spent all your power, so roll 9 plus 1 from the extra success to see how hard he takes getting knocked off of his bathtub
Oh, okay.
floor.
For the dice roll? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me put in the /R before I do that.
To see how long he gets knocked prone or how much his soak is decreased by.
Please be kind.
Here we go.
Yes! 8
Good
successes!
job!
This is rigged!
His soak is decreased to 0.
Yes!
And he's knocked prone for 4 rounds.
Alright, I'm gonna hog tie him in that time.
That would be
Excellent.
a flurry, unfortunately, but Adam could do that.
I
Hog
can-
tie him!
I will hog tie. Cowboy style. Yeah!
And with that, I'm just
Hog
gonna
tie.
say combat's over.
Yeah! Way to go, team.
Yeah.
That was this is our
Work.
best combat yet, and you fought a man on the ceiling.
Oh,
Who knew? Bird was answer all along.
I know, right?
Mind you, Adam did get poisoned, but still, you guys won pretty resoundingly.
Who's Adam?
I got poisoned.
You
Adam.
were poisoned. You're fine.
Are you sure about this?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Adam.
All right, so you have this guy tied up. Do you want to gag him because he's currently shouting profanities
Yes.
in every language that doesn't exist?
Yep,
Yes.
gag him.
Okay.
We don't need him
And
casting
he's
any
gagged.
nonsense.
Gagged.
We're gagging him.
All right. Nue
Gaggled.
shifts back, and let's see if she notices anything up with Adam right now. Nope, she doesn't notice the effects of the poison.
Okay.
Anyone else want to try and notice to see if anyone?
So what does this
Including
poison
Ad-
do, if I may ask?
It is personality weakening poison. It fucks with your virtues.
And what would I have to roll to see?
Sagacity, since that covers medicine.
Any bonus to it, or just straight up?
Fortitude, let's say. Because this is hard to detect given that this was administered through words.
I'm going to look at him and say, your years seem mighty low there, friend.
That's true.
I
don't
poke.
know.
I poke his ear with my
Something about
talon.
something about how we something about that just didn't put me in a right mood. I don't know if I feel right.
5 success.
What do I have to roll to see if I
Gaspy.
can pick up on this? Oh,
You don't
suggesting.
need to. Lythander figured it out.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, friend.
You do have a brief. Okay. Lythander, you have a brief flashback to. Your memories of it are still pretty foggy based on shit that was discussed previously and that you haven't brought up in campaign yet. This was GM to player conversation, but you remember a flash of training of lunar crash courses from Seven Obsidian Leopard or maybe his partner Tanisa. It's not clear who was talking, but they were giving you a crash course on Fairfolk because it's one of the most common enemies you fight day to day as a lunar on the fringes of society. Some of the shit they could do includes personality weakening poison. Through words alone, they could get into your mind and just start to dull who you are. For Exalted, it wears off because of the sheer power of essence flowing through your body, but it's there, and it's gotten into Adam.
So Adam, good news, bad news, all news in between. I think you need to take a bit of a summer vacation for a bit to get your mind off all of it. Bad news, the reason why you're feeling like this is, well, this little goblin with a shit on his head, kind of poisoned your mind.
But, I didn't know that could be done. I didn't know that could be done
Oh,
literally.
yes, no, it can, and it's weird. Therefore, are
That's scary.
sneaky, if is the correct word, I think, without being racist.
I was just about to say something if you didn't
Well,
bring that up. Darn it.
Well, I don't particularly mind, but I don't know if he would. But whatever. Go ahead.
Go ahead with what? I'm telling you. Heal. I don't think that, like, a healing that I can do for you right now. Because the poison is there.
Yeah. After our adventure, I think I quite deserve some R&R. I think I'll be, if I could set us up with something. Like, a little expedition, maybe. Get us into somewhere for some relaxation, maybe. I don't know. Could work. Not sure.
So, okay, so the real question is, how do you like the forest?
I like forests.
Alright,
Forest is fine.
good. I am going to grab Adam. Twist my...
Okay. Okay!
Oh no.
Spend a mote to activate that.
Yeah.
Now that you've fully figured out what this
Oh wait,
thing
I'm
does
spending a
in the
mote to
last
change
session.
back, and I'm gonna grab Gavel by the hand as well. It's like, Gavel, grab a hold of me, please.
This is actually really clever.
Why?
So I can show you a bit of my imagination.
Do you want to be any less vague?
No. Do you
Gavel
trust?
takes She opens her mouth for a second, closes it, opens it up again for a second, closes it once again, and then puts her forefinger and thumb under her chin.
Lythander is looking at Gavel with hands and chin innocently, almost like a heart. Puppy dog eyes.
Puppy dog eyes!
I look over to my troops, who I imagine are still.
Oh, we'll be gone for like, let's see, only 20 seconds here, but might want to grab some food.
If anything goes wrong here in this area in those 20 seconds, I'm cutting your head off and putting it on a spike.
Aww.
Fair.
Aww.
Very, very fair. Yes, exactly.
I crush his hand in mine.
Okay. Adam, grab onto my shoulder, please, friend. I bite my finger and
Grabbing your
twist
shoulder.
my ring.
Okay, where do you show up?
We show up next to a small little hut like a hut that isn't, like, elaborate, but it has some cooking supplies, a little bit of, like,
I'm gonna go do some
like
drawing as you talk
5,
on this map.
maybe 6 bedroom. I know I said it was
Okay.
small, but, like, sorry, like, 2 bedrooms, small
It's
little
small for
kitchen
now.
area. Like, it's 6 rooms right now, but it looks like it's expanding.
Yeah.
And
Everything
everything's
else
above.
outside of this house is a featureless white plain and the forest. So you guys just show up here. Just 1 minute you're in normal creation, the next minute there's a shoop noise like getting sucked into the board in Jumanji.
Oh boy.
And there's a house.
Welcome to
Like
my
old-
apparently humble abode.
Where are we?
Lythander just...
No, exactly. Exactly. None of your vague bullshit.
No, Lythander
Gavel,
just
roll an
shrugs.
Roll a force awareness check.
Alright, force awareness. Give me a second. Alright. Force. Okay, so 60, 10, greater than 7. Okay, I have no clue.
Adam, you like to make that check.
If I'd like to make
And a
what
force
check?
awareness.
So we.
Force awareness. I actually have
That's
a lot
good.
of those. Let me go ahead.
Yeah, well, you have no idea where the fuck you are.
Lythander
Yep,
says,
I sure don't.
I am assuming this is the inner machinations of my mind. But we transported here, and I'm no longer there. Either.
No.
The game is forcing us to not know where we are.
Both of you have 0 successes somehow. Wow.
Yep.
Lythander, would you like to roll an awareness check?
Oh, I just told them where it was. He thinks this is the inner machinations of his mind.
Oh, God! None of you know you're...
No.
So, I would think that he would know since he twisted the ring to activate it, though.
Okay, yeah, he would know.
But he's gonna just say the inner machinations.
You see, I pull up my hand and you don't see a ring anywhere on it anymore. See, inner machinations of my mind, because I no longer have this thing binded to me. I don't know, it's maybe like a memory bank or something. There's a picture of me and some person I don't know in the house.
I'm gonna kick in the door and go
Hey,
inside.
don't! The door's unlocked. Do you
is he-
see anything else here?
Oh, right, I forgot Gavel's still in her super mode.
Yep.
So, make a physique check to kick down the
No!
door. The difficulty of it's lowered by 3 because of you being in big mode.
Can I add
Force plus physique. let's
Yes, I
say.
was just about to say. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please be kind to me.
Difficulty lowered by 5 to difficulty 2.
Hey, I made it!
Via rolling 110,
Yes.
and 10's double, so you because you're real big, your foot is big enough to kick down the door, and for a split second you see someone inside there.
All right. Oh,
They're
first
gone by the
split
time you blink.
Okay. All right. What's in this house or this hut, rather?
Big hut.
What's in the hut?
Basically a house. I told you what's in there. I have a bedroom, apparently, a picture of somebody who I do not know with me. A small little gremlin next to it.
Do I see this picture?
You do.
I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna observe it.
Okay. This is, when he says picture, what he means is a painted portrait, because photography doesn't exist in creation.
That's fair. Okay.
This is not what Lythander looks like now.
I look
If
at
you
the...
were to guess, this is a portrait of his first stage incarnation.
Oh, okay.
And judging by that, this is probably whoever. You know that solars and lunars are bonded sometimes? This is potentially who his solar partner was, judging by context clues on his own. The little gremlin is actually a monkey.
That's
It's
my
a chilican.
Emotions.
Oh, is it? Oh,
It
shit. Never
transformed
mind.
into him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
I
it's my
motioned-
child yet, but I call it a gremlin.
I motioned
Okay.
the monkey to get closer to me.
There's a picture.
Oh, the monkey's not in there. It's just in the picture.
Oh, it's just in the picture. Gotcha. All right.
Unless it's a Mario 64 situation. You want to try jumping into there?
Preferably not right now.
Okay, got it.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Is there any way I would be able to tell who, or at least guess who the other person in the picture might be?
Give me an integrity roll. Fortitude plus integrity roll to reach into past life memories.
Fortitude plus integrity. Ooh, this is gonna be a risky one. All right.
I would also let you just tap your unwoven coagitator.
Sure. What does that do exactly?
It's one of your exalted advantages. So, what exactly do you want to know? Who the person in this picture was?
Yes.
Okay,
I want to
I'm
know
sorry to say, but
who
I
in.
out.
It's fine. I'll be in the recording. I
Yeah,
see the audio waves moving.
I heard enough to get the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna. I want to know. Actually, let me say this: is the other person in this picture important in history at all?
Gavel, give me a follow-up fortitude physique roll to avoid taking physical damage from what's about to happen.
Oh, all right. Fortitude physique, sure. Hold on.
Because the Yozi have a very loud response for this.
3. Fortitude physique, you said?
Yep, you being in your super mode also lowers this by 3, though, so
That's fine.
instead of difficulty 7, it is difficulty 4.
Please be kind. No kindness today. All right.
That's a botch.
Damn. All right, can I roll anything to help or do anything?
You can. Yeah. Actually, I'm probably being a little too rude. This is Gavel passes out. It's only for a few hours, and she'll remember the visions when she wakes up. But the psychic strain of, I'm gonna say, what picks up the phone this time isn't your usual unwoven coagitator. You see a very, very angry face just start screaming at you the second you show this picture to them.
Oh boy.
Whoever's inside your mind, and something very big is on the other end of the line. And I'll get to what it says in a moment, but for now, she passes out. Adam, you could go ahead and make it. Adam or Lythander, you can make a sagacity roll to see if you can find out what just happened.
Ooh, I don't have
I would
jack
like.
shit
I
for sagacity.
Lythander is like, we have to touch the thing. Of course, I'm going to make the sagacity roll, but I'm going to go outside and start making a 6-foot grave for her.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, get a stunt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Spicy.
So, you know it. You get a pretty clear idea of what actually happened as you're digging that grave. Grave. Death. Never. Oh. So I'm gonna have to hit you with a bit of an exposition dump to explain what the fuck just happened.
Okay.
The Yozi are the imprisoned primordials, the creators of the universe who made the world. Some of the Solars were actually able to kill some of the primordials, the creators of the world above even the gods. When they made the circle of creation, they did not account for what happens when they die. So the dead primordials became creatures known as the Neverborn. 5 or 6 or so dead concepts who orbit oblivion and now want to destroy the entire world to make their eternal agony stop. The person who is in that photo, the Solar, whoever is next to you, was one of the people who killed a primordial. They directly created one of the Neverborn. And whatever demon she contacted knows this and is not happy about being reminded of that.
Oh, shoot. Who knew that my wife in another timeline? No, I don't.
No, you just know that whoever's in that picture is a capital V, very big deal.
Huh. I just look at it and say, I apparently know someone cool. Who would have thought?
That's a way to describe it, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Lythander is just ignorant and stupid. That's my character goal for him.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, this is some setting for the audience and everyone else at the table. This is some pretty big information. The first big plot reveal of Lythander's solar mate was directly responsible for killing one of the primordials. This is supposed to be a big reveal, but he doesn't know what it means.
Yeah. Isn't that the best?
Look, I mean, Gavel is going to be able to explain that when she wakes up. We could scene cut to her later waking up.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a grave.
Okay, as you wake up in the grave, you are groggy, but you remember what happened.
Okay.
There's 3 different kinds of demon. The first circle, that are all part of the Yozi. The first circle, which is what most people think of demons, are more like species. They're the kinds of one most people can summon through sorcerous rituals. Species of blood apes, living armor, neomata flesh crafters, healing pill bugs, demon heart musicians. Second circles are individual creatures, and like they are capital I individuals who actually have minds and wills and dreams and hopes of their own. They're all pretty fucking powerful, to the point that it takes a whole circle full of Exalted to be able to deal with them. They are a capital B boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
Third circle demons, which is what you spoke to, are plot device levels. If the others are Devil May Cry bosses, this is fucking Mundus. This is Asmodeus. This is the big deals, the strongest of the demon princes.
Yes.
The third circle, Orabilis, is who spoke to you the second you showed this person, and it killed one of its other. It killed one of its the person in that photo killed one of his second circles, and more importantly, it killed one of its kin. It killed the Yozi that would be Yozis. It killed and created one of the Neverborn.
All right.
And he directly ranted at these to you. This living concept of knowledge that is Orabilis just started screaming at you every single bloody bit of history it knows about this person.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Righteous Knife was their name.
Justice Knife?
Righteous Knife.
Oh, Righteous Knife. Okay. I slowly get myself out of this grave. I turn.
Wait, how many hours has
turn
it
the
been?
light.
It's been like 3 or 4 hours.
All right, I hand
in the ring.
Gavel some fungus coffee.
Okay.
Hey, Lythander, I have a message for you from the great beyond.
Oh, is it that I'm?
I headbutt him.
You hate me? oh, you hit me.
I headbutt him.
Orabilis has liked this message.
Oh, very nice. Here, have some coffee. Damn.
I slap the coffee out of his hand and walk off.
Why? It's perfectly good coffee. I don't know what crawled up. Oh wait, I threw it into a grave.
Your familiar
I have
Pedro
some
just kind of pecks at
recollection
you.
by-
It's like, what did you expect?
Said that?
Your familiar Pedro just comes up to you and starts pecking at you. It just looks at you in a very "what did you expect" expression on the chicken's face.
I expect place egg.
It's a dude chicken.
It's a
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
a massive cock.
Cock.
But yeah, no, that's that was my process there, I guess.
Okay, Gavel, do you share this with do you share any, because Adam's out of the loop. Putting it here was very smart because time travel is impossible in Exalted. Time fuckery is possible. So
I was about
this
to say
is a
time
Narnia
manipulation.
yeah, it's a Narnia situation where like 8 hours in here is like a few seconds out there. So this is a good way to flush the poison out of his system. But even with all of that going on, it's pretty clear that something big happened in that, and just because your perceptions and your personalities dulled a little, doesn't mean that's not concerning, whatever the fuck just happened. She tried to think about something,
Right.
got knocked out for 3 hours and put in a grave, and then whatever happened between them, she slapped him over. Or headbutted, rather. Some big shit went down. What the hell?
What did I miss?
After about 30 minutes of slowly waking up and almost vomiting several times, I do eventually come back.
Yeah, a third circle demon personally contacting you, the force of that is what knocked you out.
Yep.
That was a big concept being, lowering itself down to scream shit at you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It was basically you being forced to read through 1,000 Twitter posts of all of this person's receipts.
I was about to say I had to go through every Twitter checkmarks tweet from the past 10 years all at
Yeah,
once.
every single thing Righteous Knife ever did to the Yozi.
Yep. So I give Adam the Cliff Notes version. I don't go into every extreme detail, but I basically give him the impression of whoever's in that photo is a very big deal, and anyone from the underworld would want her dead on sight. And that she also has basically killed a thing that history has basically forgotten. A gigantic demon god of creation.
Oh,
I'm
Well, to
still
be fair,
outside.
that's what they did in
I'm actually
well, to be fair,
de-shoveling.
that's what they did in the first stage.
Yeah, in the first stage, yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Anything else you guys want to do in here to pass the time while the poison is flushed out?
So it's only 8 hours
Or
before we get popped back, but I don't tell that because of Gavel head.
okay.
that's fine.
Or maybe you do remember, but you forget because of
Yeah.
the headbutt.
But I don't. Did Gavel tell me?
Yeah, I said this to both of you.
I was gonna say that. You just see Lythander slow blink one eye at a time, like you would see a bird.
You're like that. You're like that anime girl that ate that bag of weed.
Oh no!
Yes.
Nice. Nice. But yes, this is definitely troubling.
So wait a
It's
second.
kind
Why
of,
would my past life know someone like that? I know this is my past life because you see those titles. Only I have those.
I don't. Well, yes, that's true, but I mean, considering what's the information I just got.
So what you're saying is, whoever was there with me, that.
Yes, and you were shacking up with her in a past life.
Ooh.
What?
Well, I saw that picture.
Well,
Can you not? Don't tell me you're dense enough that you can't pick up on any sort of physical cues now.
Ooh.
I show him the picture again. You two were shacking up.
you see
Point.
Lythander put up the finger, grabs the bottle of infinite.
Of infinite liquor or whatever. Oh boy.
And does a spit take.
I shake the spit take off of the painting.
No, it's not the painting. He turned his head around because he's at
Oh,
least
good.
respectful enough to you guys.
Good. Alright.
Also, I need it.
Yeah, that's
That's
fair. That's
fair.
fair.
So,
It's good physical comedy. I'm
So-
keeping that in.
That's fine.
So wait a second.
what have we learned?
Yes.
Okay.
What?
No, I thought I would just be a virgin for the rest of my life.
Well, you still are one in this life.
Oh, who says that?
You still are.
I
You still are in our
Thank
hearts.
you. Thank you. I wanted to be. Well,
touch me, and I'm going to kick you in
You're
your
wasting.
nads.
I
All right, we're wasting time.
I
Come on.
will then just say, all right, everybody, did you have a good meal? I could only bring like 5 people here, I think. I've only done it with 1 before, so I didn't even know if this would even work.
Yeah. I haven't been too hungry over the past few.
Even if I
hours
was
now.
hungry, I'm not hungry
know.
anymore. I can tell you that much.
Mm.
Gee, I wonder fucking why.
Seasonal
Grave dirt
depression.
still falling off you.
But yes, this is definitely an interesting revelation. I was wondering about I was actually personally wondering about what sort of solar partner would you have in your lifetime?
Apparently somebody who is a
Especially
king
the kind of guy.
or queen of
Apparently a legendary fucking demon killer.
Wonder what that made me.
That's true.
A pussy.
Yeah.
But
How does that
how
make
does that-
you one if she fell for me?
Because
Or I fell for
because
her
you're
and she
bottom.
said yes.
Well, in any case.
you're bottom.
How do you...
Well, in any case.
You give off
Well-
that energy.
Very mean.
You know what?
Very mean
This is
today.
why we're friends. You know how to tell me how it...
Anyway, where do we put this? Where does this leave us in terms of how do I say this? what does this mean for our ploy at large? Like, how do we get through this newfound
Well,
dilemma?
it means I now have the biggest goddamn bounty in all of creation, is what that means.
You?
Yes, I have a bounty now to chase after. Whoever your little shack buddy is in a new life now.
What if I'm that? What if I'm actually
That's
that?
true.
Who would know?
If you are, that means I get to crucify you.
That's a little. Yeah, I say, my glass.
She smiles softly.
Also, Adam also smiles, not knowing why she's smiling.
Yes, Adam is kind of being affected by the vanilla visual novel protagonist poison right now.
Yes. the
Although,
average
okay.
hentai protagonist.
Lathander, if you want to, you can actually cycle through all the human shapes you remember having.
No, this is just a normal Adam reaction. He sees a person smiling like with evil intent, and he just assumes that they're smiling because they're happy.
Yeah.
Because they're happy, so he just this is great. I'm having a great time
having a great time in this pocket ring dimension with a personality eating poison in my veins.
I'm glad everybody's having a good time.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have?
I really must out of character. I really must apologize because I feel like I end up playing this specific type of character in every
Don't
campaign.
apologize. It's really funny.
You're good.
I love playing the big idiot. I love playing the big idiot.
This is the best section
He's
yet.
my favorite.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, it's quite a hell of a revelation.
You're the one who did.
I
You're
wish
the
I
one
could.
who didn't have to listen to a Yosi scream at you.
Sounds like
None
a
of your-
fuse.
That's true.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure you'll meet a Yosi in due time. Don't worry.
Can I eat it?
Yeah.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh, trust me, I can.
I really.
You would be surprised what I can fit in this mouth. I mean,
She lifts
there
up her
are-
foot. She lifts
I mean,
up her foot.
I put her
GM
foot in my
comment-
mouth.
Oh, gross.
Oh.
GM comment, there are charms to allow lunars to eat a horrifying variety of shit, including
Oh, goodness
opponents.
sakes.
Well, regardless, considering what we, I wonder if
Yeah, boot tastes like.
we can somehow channel. I wonder if we can somehow use Lythander as some kind of human solar detector, so to speak.
I mean, that's why I have Hopkins for.
Oh, your puppy! I love it.
Well, what I mean is,
Hopkins actually...
well, what I mean is, well, I mean more in the sense that you see, when me and Nue share similar bonds, so we can sort of sense we can sense each other's presences in the same way that we might be able to, in a sort of magnetic.
It's
sense.
actually at this point when you hear a thudding of you come from the sky. Like something, like there are peals of thunder above you, but you don't see any clouds. Any of you look up?
I'm looking.
Yes.
Huh.
I'm
I
look-
look up. I
I'm
look
Oh
up
wait,
now.
it's that
Okay,
time of day.
you
Oh no, I sent us here at the wrong
all-
time.
Well,
I
you
think-
all would have noticed if you had seen, if any of you fuckers had succeeded on the perception roll, you notice things appear to be moving in hyper slow motion in a window to the outside world. The porthole above you in the sky is the same kind of like opal gemstone on the ring that Lythander was wearing. And you see in super hyper slow motion Nue pressing a finger on it in an attempt to knock on it. You're inside the ring,
No.
if you hadn't figured it out already.
Yeah,
But I just
alright.
went to the inner machinations of my mind because so many things are here.
I'm grabbing Lythander by his nose. Take us out.
Lythander looks at his wrist as if there would be a watch there and says, how long?
I'm gonna punch him in
No,
the throat.
don't hit me yet, because there's a time limit of the that we can't undo and it's like 20 seconds on the outside. While it's hours here.
Do you want to feel like your throat's been punched for hours?
No.
Then get us the hell out!
We have
Gavel?
like 30 minutes left before.
Gavel, I'm gonna roll something quickly.
Yep.
All right.
What's your defense?
Defense is 3. Or no, sorry, defense 4.
Okay. A knife made out of light glints from somewhere in the distance, and then there's a knife in your side.
Oh boy.
It burns. It burns worse than any other pain you've ever felt in your entire life.
And she is going to scream her throat out at this point.
Okay.
Oh dear. Do I have something for that?
You don't actually take any health levels of damage. It just hurts like hell.
That's fine. That's good enough.
Why does it? What happened?
Thank you for letting me go, but you have to scream in my ear.
The knife dissipates after a few seconds.
At this point, Gavel is in the fetal position, gasping for air.
I pick her up.
She's not saying anything.
Then I bet I stop you.
No, I lift her up,
from
brush
picking
her off, and give her a coffee.
Just leave it.
She's still in the fetal position.
At least drink this. Will make the time go by faster.
She's still just breathing, and she's still just in the fetal position.
I will drink my
In any
weed
case, what I'm
spiked
trying-
coffee then.
What I'm
Time
trying
now
to
dilates
imply
faster
is that
for
if
me.
What I'm trying to imply is that if Lythander shares the same bond with this individual, we might be able to use him as a surrogate magnet to lead us, or a compass to lead us to their position if the time comes to do so. However, I'm not entirely sure what we'll find when we do find this individual. It might be at a level where we can't so much as touch him. And I feel like we might have even fiercer competition if this is the kind of individual we're up against. Namely bounty hunters from beneath our realm. I feel like we have our work cut out for us in that instance. In any case, we've got our prisoner. We've got new goal set in mind. I feel like things may be looking up for us.
Adam, at this point, make a Fortitude plus Integrity roll against the first interval of the poison.
Oh boy.
Okay, here goes 10d10, 5d10. Can I? No, I can't because that's not it. That's 4 successes.
Short by 1, unfortunately. Do you
Darn
want to
it.
try and do an emergency stunt to try and resist? Of how you resist personality eroding poison?
I feel invigorated by being beside my
I hand him a
beside my
drink.
friends
I hand-
inspired our
Alright, yeah,
drink of
both
coffee.
of that can be a stunt, so roll 2 additional dice.
I see a piece of bacon. I put the bacon in my mouth. I go, "This is delicious."
Okay. One more
Hey!
Alright, you, for now, you avoid the personality weakening effects of this. You have another 2 days to work through.
Thank goodness.
Okay, that's good.
Alright, it's at this point, around here that you pop out of the ring again, and the sun is at this roughly the same position in the sky as when you left. What Lythander said about the time dilation was true, and it's at this point that, Nue just kind of presses her finger against the ring, and it's like, hello? Oh. You guys just spaced out you guys vanished for a few seconds. What happened?
Gavel falls to her knees and arms.
I don't know. I think,
Alright, it's at this point that, Drukyu and, Steadfast Fascinating Driver come back from their side project, and So I'm going to reveal that one of the things on SSD's sheet is therapy. He has 10 dice for that. So I'm going to roll that.
Sounds good.
I feel very, I feel very much compelled to find a way to. I feel very much compelled to find a way to get rid of this poison from my system as fast as humanly possible.
All right. Let's see if Drew Hugh can find something for the poison stuff. All right. Well, I have good news. I have good news for Adam and bad news for Gavel.
Fair.
So Nui just kind of sorry. SSD looks at you. It's like, who did this to you? There's like a little hole in her side where the magic knife hit her, and he looks. It's like, let me go find some painkillers.
Yeah.
He goes off and returns with some. I'm gonna have him roll a. Anyone want to roll a navigate check to see if you can help Nue out?
Oh boy.
I would like to.
Go ahead and.
Let me go ahead and roll Force Navigate.
Yeah, as that's happening, Drew Hugh listens to everyone else talk about the effects of the poison. Oh, that's good. And while you're finding the herbs that Gavel needs to get back up and walk again after the paralytic pain kicked in, he goes and talks to you. It's like, oh yeah, since you're a solar, that should burn itself out through your system in a couple of days. So you might, honestly, time is the best cure for that.
Don't worry, we can burn off like 24 hours, I guess, if we want to go back.
Oh, I guess you could shove the fairies in there too. It could be a good jail if it's a big pocket space like that.
Shove what in there?
Upon hearing the idea of going back in that thing, Gavel finally throws up.
I don't know what's wrong with her. There's nothing wrong in there. If you don't try to kill people.
SSD collects the herbs and using his therapeutical practices and a mortar and pestle that emerges from his hand. He just hyperspeed mashes it up, spending a moat even to do this, and feeds it to Gavel. And some of that was marijuana, wild marijuana, and it helps enough that if Alatos wants, Gavel can participate in the plot again. I didn't need to. Honestly, you didn't need to do any of that shit, but it was great role playing.
Yes. What's it? Gavel's slowly gonna get up, feeling a little wobbly, but enough to where she's still stable and can function like a normal person at least.
How did you enjoy it?
What?
I should kill you.
What?
She flips him off and walks over to her troops.
You were my friend.
Right.
Okay, friend. So how are you? So how are you feeling, Adam?
His veins are kind of bulging out of his face, and his eyes have gone a bit glassy, but he resisted the first interval of poison, so...
I feel like I'm about to turn into... I feel like I'm about to turn into a pile of mush, but yes. Other than that, I'm fine. Sort of, I guess.
You want to go back?
No. I don't really do much, but with all due respect, if you put me back there again, I'll throw you into a meat grinder and lock you in there.
My house, I guess.
Does anyone want to roll a sagacity check to find out exactly what that whole knife situation was?
No.
I
don't have any sagacity to roll.
Does this include me?
Yes, this includes you, especially for you specifically. It includes a 2-die stunt.
Awesome. All right. What do I roll along with sagacity?
Any attribute. Let's say
I'll do finesse because quick thinking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2 for the stunt. 7 successes.
As the medicine takes hold and your thinking starts to get calmer, SSD is also giving you any further help, like you might need, like bandaging the wound for you, even though it heals quick because Exalted heal like in the span of hours.
Mm-hmm.
You figure out what it's. The knife only showed up when you were threatening Lythander.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, in the picture, Righteous Knife had a knife of similar make,
Oh no.
made out of their anima. This was their ghost. Their ghost attacked you with an effect designed to debilitate creatures of darkness with pain because you were threatening their husband.
Okay, so how close is SSD to me right now? Like lengthwise.
Arm's reach.
Arm's reach. Okay. I in a non-hostile manner, as much as I can say that. I grab the collar of their shirt with both hands, gripping it very tightly.
It's made of soul steel, so the shirt grips back.
That's fine. That's
He's like,
fine.
Okay, muscle tremors. I have shit with that. Do you need relaxants? What else?
I slowly
could try-
I slowly look at them. That bitch. I let go of her and walk around her and go up to Lythander.
Oh, the-
Your bitch of a wife. That's who did this to me.
I look at her. I just look at Gavel and say, "Well, if you want me to be real here, you are threatening her husband with violence."
Is that the card you want to play? Is that really the card you want to play?
Wait, did Lythander even know his wife's ghost was in there?
No. Because he never tried to
Of course not.
self-harm
You
himself.
think he knows?
in
Think
bed.
anybody knows anything? Oh dear.
I'll
complicates things.
say this.
I try to be friendly.
Because I'll say this much because you're basically an ally at this point.
Consider you a
I
like the word basic. I like the use of the word basically here.
when I find her, I am going to give her the slowest and most painful death I can imagine. And if you try to stop me at all, you're going to join her.
just
I kick some dust at his pants and I walk off again.
and all your game on.
All right, there is one last scene I had
I'm
planned.
sorry,
for tonight. We maybe
I just thought
no, it's fine. Don't worry about
funny. You're good.
it. Yeah, okay. Well, are we all good at the table? You're not angry out of character, right?
What, me? No, I don't care.
Yeah. All right, yeah,
Love
just
it.
checking, making sure.
No, this is
All right,
entirely
so-
roleplay.
Yeah, it's at this point.
Right.
Even despite your differences in agreement, when you see a dark-eyed Stargazer, he was about to give you an update, but he pauses to look at you. It's like, is now a good time to interrogate the prisoners, or...
Actually, you know what? Yes, it is. Get him over here now.
All right.
Wait a second, do we know where the bathtub is?
You do, yes.
I am going to
It's in
scratch
half.
my name.
Unfortunately, that doesn't work unfair. One, that has to be their home, and two, you need special charms to take the shape of non-humans.
I can take the shape of animals.
Yes, you can.
What's the difference?
Sorry, spirits.
I will
like
take.
fair folk,
I will take
gods,
that. I was
demons.
gonna say, then I shouldn't have been able to become a seagull, then, right?
Yeah, that's fair, but do you have a spare Exalt milestone? In the future. Also, this isn't his home. Alright,
Yes.
so, yeah, I'm gonna say that, he's going to provide information freely as part of an evil monologue. You don't even need to. And honestly shouldn't do any fucked up torture shit. So, basically the second that gag comes off, he's just going to start monologuing, and it doesn't really matter what this character's voice is, because in-universe, he's a bit character.
Yeah.
So, honestly, out out of nationalistic Jingo Fey dialogue that you're able to piece together from his paranoid ramblings,
Mm-hmm.
they were told that there would be a group of people emerging from here, and his informant was a terrestrial god of a local geyser. One of the major sources of fresh water in the region, next to the sea. It was part of a pyramid scheme / alliance for the fair folk to, at the same time, gain souls and dreams they needed, while this guy would get extra worshippers as they prayed for salvation. This was a false flag operation setting up in order to get a god more worship.
Okay. I have a question.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Does he mention any specific people, places, or groups by chance in his monologues?
He mentions the specific god that was supposedly in on this pyramid scheme, false flag, worship scam.
Okay. So you're saying he doesn't look at this positively then?
No, he does not.
Darn it. Alright, never mind.
Yeah, I know, golden years tarnished black.
Yep. Oh.
You know what? I'll say he looks at it neutrally, so if you do want to poison it, go ahead.
Nah, it's not as fun if it's only neutral.
It's fair.
Alright. Once he's done, Gavel's gonna roundhouse kick him on the side of the face and then leave.
Okay. He's tied up, like, against the wall, so he doesn't fall over, but it makes a very satisfying crunch.
That is good enough. And then I relay the information that I could get from him to the rest of the group.
Alright, Nue actually is on the way out. She has her bag packed and is about to turn into a bird when she hears this, and it's like, listen, I would come with you, but I have my own shit to take care of. There's a bunch of lives at stake, and I need to be somewhere. Next time there's a really big fight, I will be there to help, but I think you can take care of one terrestrial god on your own.
I doubt it will be a problem for us. Go deal with what you have to.
Right. Gotta make up for my own shit somehow. Ysir, here we go. And she turns into a giant raptor and flies away.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, at this point, SSD kind of taps his hands together. It's like, so, the geyser god. A lot of my tribe is on the way there, so, if you want, there might be some connection. I'm going to come with you on this, if that's alright. You did promise to help them after all, and I did fill up my end of the bargain. He points to the giant ream of documents on everything you were afraid to ask about Sky Sundering Shadow, but were too afraid to ask.
I feel that's a good enough compensation. Yes, sure, we can stop by.
Right. Drew. As for Drew, he is carrying the box of various artifacts you got. Did you go with that? Did you go with that armor, by the way, or did you go with a attribute increase, Gavel?
Oh, I did a attribute increase.
Okay, so in that case, the armor is in the box, but it needs repairing and refits. So
okay, that's fine.
Also, you guys, Drew carries the box. It's like, if you don't mind, Mr. Pyroclast did teach me how to work on artifacts, so I can repair this for you. It's only fair since you saved my life.
That would be very appreciative.
Right. Where should I send this to once it's done, by the way? Do you guys have any businesses? Any permanent place of residence?
I just slowly look over to my army.
Nomadic tribe. Great to have, but not helpful. What about you two? Adam, that means you.
Right, yeah, right.
Oh no, the poison!
Either the poison or that coffee.
Could be both.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my cough?
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Drew Hugh is asking where to send these artifacts once they're done repairs. Read once you buy them with future milestones. So he's asking for any businesses or perhaps a place of backing to send these. to pick him up.
Look for the golden arches.
God damn it! All right, reveal what you purchased. Reveal your merit.
My merit. All right. I'm going to reveal that I have an influence of 1, which allows me to have a good standing, and I don't actually remember what the actual thing is, but it basically means I have good standing over a specific town or place, like a small place. And I guess we'll start with the first place we ever went to. The first place we ever headed towards. The first town we helped along our journey.
Gafarti. Oh, you mean my hometown? Okay. Guess I don't need to send it far then. Oh, you mentioned oh yeah, you were the guys who set up that food trade. I heard there was some kind of restaurant they're opening there for tourists. We are getting a big amount of traffic, so I guess it's not surprising, but it's not gonna. It's not those golden arch things, are there? They're such an eyesore.
It's a good time for a great taste.
Not gonna eat there. I'm vegetarian.
Oh, we got options. There's the apple. We got like a apple pie wrap. It's great.
All right, we'll close this out by doing the start of a travel venture in order to get to the location of the malcontent who tried to ambush your people and then got his forces massacred. So let me scroll down to this is going to be the last thing we do in this session. So
Okay.
let me. It's been going longer than most sessions, and
I was
while
about
it's
to
been
say.
while it's been a great time, it needs to end eventually. Unfortunately,
Yes, it definitely does, because I have a movie to watch with my roommate here soon.
Nice. I am scrolling down to the adventure section in this book. Navigate is going to be real important here. I'm just going to say, and
Oh boy.
any quick means of moving, like say shapeshifting, is also going to be useful. You're traveling a pretty large distance over the desert. I'm just going to go flip us back to the map of creation.
Sounds good.
You are currently located here,
Yes.
and the guys are supplying a large amount of water to the Tiger's Nest Coalition. We'll go into more of that later, but they're a town of independent city-states that are banded together to avoid being dominated by the Empire Prasad and other empires in the region. Honestly, Gavel's tribe has probably had positive interactions with them in the past because, for the most part, they're like the least evil faction in the whole Dreaming Sea. They're just people trying to get by, banding together against a common foe.
Yeah.
So, with that, does that mean the end of our session?
Almost, yeah. I am just going to... Yeah, let's take care of the travel venture next time. So if you want to have a good quote to lead us out, and make one final integrity roll against the poison.
All right. I don't really have a particular quote to end us on, but with all this business of fae folk, and despite all these business of like fair folk and inheritance and partners, ghostly alliances and bonds, Adam can't help but think about Sundering Shadow, and however she may be holding up at this time, and whatever plans that she might be cooking up for us the next moment. He's thinking about how he could probably find a way to like storm their place again if there ever were a point to meet. But this poison is really worrying him.
Go ahead and give me a fortitude plus integrity roll for that.
All right.
Four successes.
4.
Do you want to try and stunt the resisting the poison somehow? One more success on one die is all you need.
So,
I wonder.
Is there any way that
I wonder
Yeah,
if you,
anything you can think of.
I wonder if you could.
No, I'm just asking what would be the thing.
I wonder
A
if
sagacity roll in this case.
Okay,
That's covered by
and then-
medicine.
Would it has
Let's say fortitude.
I got him.
All right. Yeah, we'll say that that's the because we're running short on time. The 4 additional successes are the Lythander coming up to him and just what would you do
Are
to
you
help him?
okay, my son?
Just a bit
What has you all?
wistful thinking.
No, it can't be that dumb faithful.
By the time there, we were talking. By the time we were at the gate, we were talking to that lady. I had a feeling like we were really close to something, to making a major breakthrough. If we didn't have the urgency of needing to take our weapons, take our items back, we really could have changed something. We could have made a significant impact.
Must not think on the past, or
And I just
fine.
can't help but wonder. I can't help but wonder if we did. Can't help but wonder if we did the right
I
thing.
only tell you that
Or
we
not.
did what we thought in our hearts. We will eventually go back. But, in fact, I use out.
Oh yeah, no one knows that you managed to do this yet. You shapeshift into her.
Oh
And
no!
I get to know some information about her too.
Is this in?
Oh,
Oh yeah, because you purchased that the mind drinking meditation. What are
Actually,
you looking to know about her as? In a poof of silver smoke, suddenly you see Sky Sundering Shadow there. Unfortunately, minus mask, because you can't copy her magical equipment. So, you see a woman with no jaw, a hole in her throat, no tongue, half her teeth missing,
I
but
don't
otherwise
actually
looking
have.
fine and normal. Oh.
oh yeah. Otherwise, huh?
Yeah, well, you have her shape, and because of the special lunar mode on flawless impenetrable disguise, you could copy her anima too.
Oh goodness!
The only way anyone can tell you apart from her is if they find your tell.
And the
That's
tell
it.
is broken in half, so I mean,
All right.
there is no tell.
Yeah, you need.
Well, all right.
You got to roll a 7 to find a tell.
I feel a strange sense of. I feel a necessity to find out what it is we're.
Oh, also you have to physically stop SSD from screaming or attacking you when he sees you shapeshift into a Sky. Ah!
I wonder
No,
what's.
it's not okay.
I wonder what's
It's
in
just
it for us in
shapeshifting. It's just shapeshifting. Calm down, driver. Calm
I
down.
wonder what's in it for us in the horizon.
I
wonder what's in
take
it for
back.
us in the
I do not
horizon
know how
after this.
ugly she was. No wonder
She's a
why
little bit
she's.
ugly, but, you know, it's best not to judge. Maybe that's. Could be true though. Think about it. Do you ever wonder what your wife might be like if she's so protective?
No. Just there.
I think that's good. In all relationships, I think a little bit of fear certainly helps keep the balance intact. I certainly feel a little bit of fear when Newegg turns into a big monster. That's
Wait,
it's part
wait,
of why
so
we
what?
have a good dynamic. No, but it's
See, that's
it's
the
like,
difference, friend.
It's like weird. It's. How can I put this? She's like, you know how you have like a person, like how you have if you have a person in mind, who you could sit down and be like, all right, I don't have enough money, to purchase this nice meal all by myself. So I will call this person, and 90% of the time they will pick up and help and share the meal with me, share the price. There's somebody you can count on. It's like it's intrinsic. It's a timeless sort of iron bond. There's no real world equivalent to it that doesn't get into like. There's no real accurate other world equivalent to it. But it's basically somebody. What me and her share is something of mutual trust and partnership, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, we're taking these boys by storm. And they step. We hit them where they live. And we hit them hard.
Yeah, I pull out.
All right, then we will close.
Some grass on it.
All right, does Gavel have anything to say as you march off toward the geyser?
She's just gonna mutter something to herself. In the old teachings, they say it's an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Well, you celestial whore, I'm gonna give it a new meaning with a knife
That's
for
a nice
knife.
knife up there. Be a shame if somebody were to stab you with.
And with that, thank you so much for.
Yeah, I can't top that with a dramatic monologue. We're ending the episode there.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that was
Thank
a very
you. Have a
long. That
wonderful
was a very
night,
very long
everybody.
session. Thank
Take
you all
care.
for coming out.
I'm hitting the stop button. You have a great night. We're gonna beat up a god next time. See you then.
Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy crew are really excited to bring you our first big project, and you can also follow our socials for more of our content. Actual plays live and die by word of mouth, so if you enjoyed this episode, or know a friend or two would be interested in the setting or story we're telling, spreading the word is a great help to a brand new podcast. Me and the players have a lot of ideas on plot seeds for later, both in the far future and 2 weeks from now, in the next episode of FateBreakers. Catch you then.